So this is everybody tonight. Donovan is not playing, so this is everybody.
All right.
Would someone like to recap for last week?
We were introduced to the one and only, pulling up names. Something Shaw.
Silgath.
Silga.
Also, while this is going on, I'm going to eat a little bit, so I'm going to disappear. But I'm here listening to everything.
Perfect.
My everything is deciding to go super slow today as I pull up Ragna's character sheet again for the 80th time.
Jeez.
So yeah, essentially the session kicked off with Silgath, addressing specifically Urzak, I believe, initially, and then upon seeing, Dez and I cannot names tonight.
Urza?
No.
Flynn?
Art Flynn. I kept wanting to call him Teth. I don't know why. Like, no, that's me, silly.
He's big. He's a big boy.
He's a big guy. He's a big undead guy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, upon seeing Flynn and Dez, he seemed to kind of recognize them a bit more, and he seemed more comfortable with those two being around. Turns out that they've worked together in the past, and that to some extent, Silgath had helped. I don't know if it was explicitly said, but basically helped aid them. At least the first, I think it was non-caster to aid them in what they were doing, whether it was
Yes, he was the first non-caster to step up and join the ranks against Visick, which started as a very small group, essentially Dez and Gael and a couple other lower level casters fled, but Silgath was the first person that was not employed by the casters to step up and try and help them.
And there was a brief conversation, mostly between Urzak and Silgath, specifically regarding around Shaw or his daughter, and there's a lot of guilt from Urzak and apologies. I don't know if I, as a person, don't know if there was actually conversations or like they were tasked with finding Shaw, or if it was just a Urzak's personal objective. But he seemed pretty. It's very sincere, apology. And Silgath seemed to kind of be like, no, it's fine. Just come with me. We're gonna go look at things. Just kind of just like, okay, he was just obviously fine that this is going on, I guess. He had some reassurances, which he wanted to show us. Apparently, a bunch of plants are undead and party members, which was interesting. There's beef conversation between Teth and the Wisp that kind of was like, hey, I don't know, it's fucking weird, man, but you know what? It's nature. It ain't doing crazy shit, so I'm gonna keep protecting it.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, just like, yep, just like don't try to understand the things that you don't need to understand, I guess, and just keep on keeping on.
Everything's fine, I promise.
And there was a little bit of back and forth between, I believe it was Urzak and Dez, just kind of being like, hey, what's up with this guy, or kind of getting a little bit of insight. Also, this entire time, Bracklebath was Brackle Kong.
Yeah, I forgot. The whole time you're Brackle Kong. Yep. Hilarious.
I was thinking, I was like, man, I'm sure Brackle would have had something. Oh no, his right, he's the monkey. The big ass ape. So yeah, there was a conversation there, and I'm trying to remember specifically what it was. I think it was more of like, hey, do you trust this person? But I honestly can't remember what the conversation is or was.
Urzak was the one that let Des know that Silgath's daughter was tithed.
Yes. Yep.
And Des was unaware. And so
Yeah.
then Des left Urzak to go give his condolences to Silgath.
I think you might be thinking of like Des said he trusts Silgath with his life. I believe he said that.
Yeah, it was.
He also did say that. Yeah.
Urzak asked a question, and then Des asked a question back, and then that was the question: how do you know Shaw or his daughter? And then that's when that came up. So at some point, Eric foraged for supplies.
Yep.
Along the way, and then we came to the Bren egg, and I'm trying to remember if there's any other. There was a couple things where it was specified, which as a player I thought was sus, or not sus, but interesting, I suppose. There was a clear turn of how everything looked. It was like, it's summer now, it's winter. I don't know what's going on.
The gradual turn to fall. Yeah.
There was something there that was like obviously narratively explained, which has some significance in my opinion. And we pretty much came to the Bren egg carton, and one by one we all Bren egged ourselves, except for Des and I almost called him Tech again, Flynn. And I almost called him Trent, Vern. Vern was like, hey, well, keep an eye on your body because you pretty much pulled your essence out of your forehead into the brain egg, deposited into this little thing, and essentially you left your body. I don't know if it's an astral projection or what exactly is going on there, but we basically came little spirits and then went down into the ground to see what Silgath was wanting to show us. And that was about the point I left off, but I believe that it was a like a cemetery of sorts. Or
I'll move you over there. Yes. So beyond the veil, essentially the brain egging yourself, you take a sphere of your the essence of your spirit and you put it into a box as a toll to enter this cemetery. And so all of the characters in the cemetery are in spectral form. And all of these gravestones are for citizens of Mir who currently live in Mir. They are living creatures, or unliving creatures. They're undead. So these are all symbols of their death and second chance at life. So Shaw has a tombstone right here, or baby girl Shaw, and Silgath has his tombstone right next to that one. And on the back of this tombstone, and you will notice if you look at any of the other ones on here, there is a constant imagining of images and drawings and aspects that are appearing on these tombstones. And from what, I don't know if Silgath actually said it, but he should have said it. I think that he would have specified that is that person, that's their consciousness. It's their how they are thinking, perceiving the world, what their mind is on currently is being physically manifested on these gravestones. So it is a direct representation of their current life in the moment, in real time. So it truly is a brain cemetery. Yeah, it's a mind cemetery.
And he like explained the difference between somebody who's alive and somebody who's on their second chance, right? Their tombstone looks different.
So
no.
this one, he did explain that, but everybody here is on second life. So
Okay.
the way that the citizens of Mir view it, they don't view it as dying and being reanimated. They view it as a second shot at life. So for whatever reason, you died before you were able to commit the actions that you're supposed to commit in your life, and the powers that be, however that happens, grant you a second chance. And so they are a very peaceful and very thankful and forgiving species, because they believe that they were all given some type of godly second chance or primal second chance to do good or to help other people.
Okay. So Shaw's undead, like baby Shaw.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
everybody
much
in the cemetery.
anybody you if you were to write everybody's name down from these tombstones and meet them in real life, at this point now you would be able to via the transitive property know that they are undead
Okay.
without using divine sense.
Right. Okay. So that's what I start doing.
Start writing all.
I will take
97
down
tombstones.
every name. I would like a list of those, please, DM.
Yeah. Get a name generator, just like
Right. Yeah.
Just every time
I'm
we
gonna
fight
give
somebody
you the
else,
most basic name.
every time we fight somebody, just look up if their name's on there. It's like, all right, let's use Radiant.
Right. Right. Yeah.
whenever there was the description of the images that were on the back of the tombstones, were they like constantly apparating, or was it just like there be like segments where it would be like a still image and then it would over time just change?
So every tombstone is different. Shaw's appears like a child's drawings. So almost like you'd watch a kid color with crayons on a piece of paper. That's what hers look like, because that's how she conveys those images in her brain. But others are more abstract. It's like more geometric shapes and more conceptual things. Others are really detailed, almost like you're watching a flip book. It's quite varied if you look at all of the different stones.
Based on perspective, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so it's all based on the specific person who is or creature. They weren't all humans in life.
So currently down here, so Vern is currently not down here.
Yeah, where am I now?
Vern
Where did I sneak off
is
to?
not. So let's do the. Oh, Brad's not here. Well, he'll rejoin.
He said he's
later.
having Discord issues.
So let's do the intro first, and then we'll get into Vern's catch up, and then we'll pick up from there. So I really liked what we did last week. Next week, I think I'm going to get back to doing prologues, but I want to do a series of questions again, and I want you to answer them the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did, Trent, and you can go back and you don't even have to listen to the full episode. You can just listen to like the first 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
In lieu of a prologue, I asked you questions in character. and I have you answer them by posting in your specific text channel in Discord. So answer the questions in the Vern Wellerby text channel. So don't be like Brad. He answered his first question in the public channel, and I had to delete it real quick.
Okay.
Before people could see it. I'm just going to ask a couple questions. Take a few moments to do whatever you need to do. Close your eyes, get into your character, kind of think about what they would be thinking. Not even in this moment, just in general. Any given day, you're not out on an adventure. Your mind is nice and clear. This won't be situational like last week. These are just going to be more general questions.
Okay, and we're all doing this right now? We're all actively in our respective channels?
You are all actively in your respective channels. I'm going to ask, obviously, over voice, but whenever you feel like answering, text that answer over to your channel, because those are just you and I for all of you.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I was talking aloud.
I want you to think about your time as a child, or what you would consider your early memories. I know for some of you, childhood is it doesn't mean the same thing as others. Thinking back, what is your first memory of either an adult or an authority figure that made you feel safe? Who was that person, and what did they do to make you feel safe?
Like a first notable time of feeling safe, right? Like I'm sure I felt safe before this, but like this is
Yes.
okay. One
Yeah,
that stands out in our memory.
The earliest you can remember feeling safe because of an adult or an authority figure.
Okay.
And who that figure was to you.
Okay.
And that's a really hard question, Michael Barlos.
I'm not here for the easy questions.
Never.
Is this a harder question than any of them last week?
Probably
Maybe.
more than most. Yeah. Well, just because it's kind of harder to translate into Teth.
I know. I'm particularly interested in what Teth will answer for this. This must be. I must have started off with a difficult one because nobody has answered yet.
Yes.
I'm typing really loud right now. Should I mute myself?
I can't
No,
hear
I
any
can't
of it.
hear it at all.
Oh, great. Oh, fantastic.
I have a I have a pretty good answer, but it's a little vague. But I'm going to send it anyways, Barlos.
All right, that's fine.
It's probably like a paragraph though.
That's fine. All three of you sent paragraphs,
Okay,
so it's all good.
great.
You're all in this together.
Okay.
Second question. Very similar to the first. I want you to think about from this specific moment in time, but try not to let the current situation influence it too much, as much as you can. From this specific moment in time, who is the most recent person to make you feel safe? Not your earliest memory, your most recent memory of another creature making you feel safe. And why?
So when you say ignoring like the current moment, do you mean just this moment, or do you mean like this campaign, like pre-campaign?
I guess that was kind of a vague way to put that. I guess just don't let the recent fight with the rock monster or
Okay.
the fact that you just watched all of your friends pull light out of their heads and cross through a veil. Don't
Like
let
that
that
influence.
influence.
Okay.
Yeah. So just this moment in general.
Before Eric tried to graffiti the divine sanctuary known as the
Yeah.
Brennan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that. We'll explain that in a second.
Here.
Trent.
Want to play with this? Here. Go play with
He's
it.
gonna, you know how like if you have like agreements with like really powerful entities, you can get like boons from them.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Um,
Come on.
but Eric's gonna get a curse. Try to fuck with something.
Yeah, reverse warlock patron.
Every time he goes to sneeze, he's gonna poop a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Pact of the Tome, warlock curse patron. Every time he casts a spell, it picks a different target. He casts it on
Oh,
himself. That first viral TikTok hit 350,000 today.
Wow, that's crazy.
Views.
On your way to half a mil.
Yep.
I think this is where the train stops.
Yeah.
It's moved like 2,000 in the past 6 days. So I
Okay.
think it's slowing down.
Hit its peak.
I think my time is coming to an end, but it was very fun while it lasted.
It's got to get that next one out there.
You gotta just keep
know.
monster rolling like uwu creatures.
I do it every Monday and Thursday. I did it today.
Today I rolled my waifu.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was this week's did you roll?
Today's was for a specific person who commented on a different video. They ended up with 2 lunar dragonborn.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Siblings?
At a lair action. I guess, yeah. They can be
A girl and a
siblings.
boy.
There's actually the Wonder Twins. I just rolled them up. The Wonder Twins.
From what I've seen, lunar dragons are pretty brutal. So I imagine.
Yeah.
That
Well,
the
it had a
dragonborn are
specialty with
cool.
cold damage, and I didn't want to be like, oh, it's a silver dragon. So I chose lunar instead.
Luna Dragon.
I'm particularly sensitive about dragonborn and dragon adjacent creatures because in my other campaign, we're currently getting our ass kicked by a bunch of them. So
Oops.
brutally murdered half of our party.
Ouch.
4 people who were murdered.
Did they get revived?
Nope, they all stayed dead.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
How often do you have to roll new characters?
Not that often.
It seems like every time we talk to you, you just got.
I know. It's like
I'm
every
getting-
other week. You're like,
It's like
Yeah, it's
I had to
fucking
make a new character yesterday.
How big is that party that you play with?
it's a lot. It's 8.
Mhm.
8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
scaling fights has always been particularly difficult because it's like there's 8 fucking people. But then if that one
Yeah.
creature focuses on like one person, if it's let's say it's just one big fucking creature,
Hmm.
yeah, it gets real bad real quick.
Each turn is a death.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And we're level 14, so
Third and final question
Or
before we go on. If you had to choose between the recent memory and your first memory, knowing that you would lose the memory of the one you don't choose, which would you pick to keep?
which one? Oh,
You can only choose one, and you know that you will lose any recollection of the one that you don't pick.
is it just which one would you choose, or is it like which one would you choose and why?
Which one would you choose to keep, knowing that the other goes away forever?
Okay.
you're laughing at mine.
Fair. Yeah.
So
I suppose yours was a pretty easy choice.
this time it was, but still the first question was very difficult.
Yeah. Hey. Interesting. Nice. I like these questions a lot.
Yeah.
Billy and Andrew, did you like the questions tonight or the questions last week better?
I would say they were definitely different questions.
Yeah.
I hear what
Yeah.
last week's questions were.
Yes.
I
What
can
were last
I
week's
can tell you.
questions?
Um,
What is the one creature you wish you could be speaking with right now?
Hmm.
The person that you're thinking of, or that creature, what shape do you imagine this person being in? So like, what state, or if they're injured or elderly or whatever.
Oh, okay.
What physical being they're in. What's the first thing that you would want to say to them if they were standing right in front of you? What in your mind is their response to the words that you choose to say? The person now has to leave, and you know you'll never see them again. So, what is the last thing you say to them?
Mm-hmm.
If tonight was your last night, was talking to this person a worthy final act? And if tonight is your last night, how do you imagine that you die? So, more questions with shorter answers last week.
Yeah.
Less questions with more involved answers today.
I like the fewer with more involved answers personally. Or with the opportunity for more involved answers.
Right.
Also, I think it's just easier to, so that now I can sort of reflect on this and use it to help shape my own character. But if I responded to a long series of questions,
Right.
I don't know how many of my answers I would remember later on and follow through and use them in my character building.
That's why I have you type them back to me in your text channel, so you can always refer back to them.
Yes, true.
All right, so Vern, in a nutshell, you actually I will get back to that other map real quick.
to answer your question, I
So I'm
prefer the first set. Farther.
first set. Okay. What about you, Andrew?
I liked the first set, I would say.
Okay. Any reason why in particular?
Just because I'm dumb and can't type.
For ease of utility.
Yeah, it's great. No, it was like more. It just resonated more with me, like the questions, or at least as Teth, because they're things that
That makes sense.
He thinks about constantly.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
I guess that's true, because I don't really think about anybody as Vern, you know? Like my parents, but that was such a long time ago. That's not really I don't wake up still haunted, you know what I mean?
Right.
Must be nice.
So in a nutshell, Vern, these boxes that you see right here, right before this gate, this pergola up here, inside of them, they're superiorly crafted. It's exquisite craftsmanship. They're wooden boxes with steel roofs, and inside of them are several divots in the bottom. I explained it last week like an egg carton. That's the easiest way to explain how it is. Just like half spheres lining the bottom.
Okay.
And Silgath, this is along the line here, is a veil. So it's a white veil, a shimmering white veil. You cannot see past it. And Silgath, as he walked up to this box, he put his hand to his head and pulled out a shining white orb of energy and placed it inside of this box. And then you saw his body fall to the ground, just kind of gently fall to the ground. And a spectral form of Silgath was standing in his place. And he was able to walk through the veil up here once he had done that. And then the Wisp, Eric, Urzok, and Teth, and Brackle, who was a gorilla at the time, all did the same thing and walked through the veil as well. Their bodies all remained out here, So Flynn and Dez elected to stay out and guard their bodies, and I had you stay back as well to help guard them.
Okay.
I said that you were just a little bit nervous going through the veil. You can retcon that any way that you would like right now. But I just had you stay back so you could do some of your stuff right now.
Right. That makes sense.
So you just watched all of your friends walk through, like, extract their spirit from their head and walk through a veil through which you cannot see. And you have decided to stay on this side. Why are you making that decision?
Well, so, Vern has not spent any time going between things that seem like dimensions and realms and all of that. So maybe he's just a little spooked out. This is not his first veil he's crossed through, or this would be his first veil he's crossed through. Obviously, not for these guys, assuming with all their history of adventures
Right.
and such. So he just wants to know that it's safe first. Also, I'm trying to think. Did I recklessly run into one of the early rooms, like in that basement? Was I the first one into the? No. Who first? It doesn't matter. The mirror room that got us into so much trouble. I forget if it was me or.
I think it was either you or Eric. One of the two of you. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah,
but that seems like one of the two of you.
I'm trying to think,
would do
maybe he
that.
has memories of that, and so that was kind of scarring. If you recall, like we were battered. I used my horn, and that was like kind of going through a veil. So,
Yeah.
So I'm just like a little shaken from that experience, and not too eager to have that happen again.
You were also super skeptical of the transport link to the cerebral realm.
Oh, good, yeah.
You also were very quick. Vern was very quick to make a point to Dez that he did not have any interest. Like any transport other than that one is good.
Right. You're right.
So that makes that tracks. That tracks. So yes, so you are now standing in front of 5 incapacitated humanoid bodies and 1 incapacitated giant ape. You're standing next to Dez and Flynn, and they just seem to be, we'll say Flynn is kind of ventured over here, and Dez is kind of over here, just looking out, down into the sides, making sure nobody approaches. And Vern, you're kind of here in the middle. So what would you like to do?
Vern's curious how things are made and such. So are all my friends, their little brain orbs, like in this one over here?
They're all in the right
That
one.
one. Okay.
Right over here.
I want to go over and look inside this left one.
Okay. Yeah, so you see several spheres. Oh, sorry. You went to the left one.
Yeah.
The left one is completely empty. You can look over to the right one, and it is constructed exactly the same way. Like I said, immaculate construction. It's very sturdy. The wood, you can tell, is of a very high quality. It's the finish is perfectly made and painted with a beautiful red paint or a red dye of some sort.
The reason why I went to this one is because I don't want to tamper with any of the objects.
Sure.
My friend's brains over there. So
Yeah.
I tried to like get a sense as to just roughly know how the arcana works or what the mechanisms are, or is it literally just like enchanted wood and that's all I can really gather?
Make an arcana check, and then I may have you make other checks as well based on what you want to know specifically.
Okay.
But just an overall arcana check first.
Do that. I'm going to try to do 2 more stuff in Roll20. So that I think it's more fun to see it and have it track there.
24.
Nice.
So you would know that the metal and the wood itself is non-magical. It doesn't feel like it's emanating magic at all. It seems like it truly is just a container. However, you can tell, just kind of like maybe you're kind of touching the sides of it, running your hands along the grooves on the inside. You can feel with your innate magical ability. You know that this is used often because there are lots of traces of magical use here. So you would assume with a 24 that whatever the other creatures did to put their essence in the other box, both of these boxes are used quite often.
Yeah. Okay. Vern feels pretty good about that. He'll walk back down and will wait patiently for his friends to be done with their trip.
Okay. Yeah. So you wait maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're just kind of watching, looking out into the distance, waiting for things to happen. I want you to make a sanity check, please.
A sanity check. Okay.
I like to think this is just like when you're like trying to wait something out or be patient, you're just losing your fucking mind.
22. Okay, yeah, that's good. With a 22 sanity check, you get the feeling that another presence is trying to communicate with you, and you
Personally
were
with
able
me.
to with you. And you were able to catch it, and you felt it come on, and you were able to kind of keep it subdued. So there is someone trying to communicate with you telepathically right now.
Okay. And do I feel like it's a threat?
Make a perception check.
Okay. I kind of want to just ignore somebody.
Right, that's true.
It's rude. All right. Okay, now. Okay, there. I gotta get the right screen. Okay, it's just a straight D20 for me for this one. Nice rolls, me. Good.
Yeah, good roll.
18 with a perception check of 18. You wouldn't detect much malice here. You're not 100% sure. Again, this is kind of the extraplanar activity that you were trying to avoid by not walking through the veil in the first place. So it's not without its panic, but you don't feel like it's menacing in nature.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to wander over here. These stone beings.
Okay.
And I want
Will
to
give you some space.
Okay, good. And I want to kind of like start to open the channel just so I can communicate back with my thoughts and be like, if you have something you want to say to me, you can't do it in here. Instead, talk through this thing. And I point to the derpy looking statue.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Let's see how many dice rolls we can fit into this one
I know.
30-second conversation.
Yeah.
Watch this. This is my highest modifier, and watch it be like the worst roll.
Yeah, this is a good roll
Right.
too.
Eh?
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
It was
Not a
the
great
worst.
roll, but a dirty 20 is a dirty 20.
Mm.
With a 20, you feel the connection sever. And it's a good minute. We'll say 60 seconds, 90 seconds, where nothing happens.
Mhm.
very slowly, the smaller little statue here, you'll see it kind of like wiggle a little bit. The different parts of it start moving, and its eyes light up, and they're bright pink.
Oh, pretty.
And the rest of it is kind of emanating this like a pale red, almost like a salmon colored aura. And it will speak to you out loud. It will say, "Heth, you are very close."
Teth?
Oh, not Teth. I'm not
like-
talking to Teth. Vern. Teth was the last
twist.
one. Teth was the last one. Vern, you are very close.
Very close to what?
Again, it'll take its time. It'll be like I don't know, another 45 seconds or so.
It's a struggle to move this creature.
And again, it'll start rattling, and the eyes will pop open and start glowing again. And it'll say, "East of the city of the undead, I lie, waiting for you, Vern."
Oh. Okay. I ask, Papa?
Happy?
The statue will say, "Of course, I'm not your father, Vern."
Just really disappointed. That was the person I was curious about.
I'm not your poop poop.
What a ridiculous name for a father, by the way.
Well,
And he'll say, "No, it is I. I've been waiting for you since my brother was awakened. It's me, the god of the arts."
oh, delightful. I love arts.
Not your dad.
I meant metaphorical father. I feel like, Okay, god of the arts. Which one's the god of the arts again?
I'm looking up right now.
Make a religion check.
Religion, right. Okay, religion. Yes. More rolls. Let's do them all. All the rolls. Oh, nope. It's bound to happen. There it was. Natural 1, boys.
Ouchie, wouchie.
With the 4, the connection starts to break up.
Okay.
And you'll start to the voice will start to fade, and the kind of like the crackling motion of the statue will slow down,
Mhm.
and then it'll kind of like huddle back up into its normal form. And you'll hear just one last thing: "East of the city of the undead, I'm waiting, Vern."
I still hear you singing in the background, sir.
The sirens are calling to you, Vern.
Okay, a question though. So,
Yes.
God of Arts, is that because of the fragment? No. Why arts? Because I'm not really an
There was a
artist.
member of Presidium that was
Yes.
associated with creativity. in
There
the art
is. He is not just the god of the arts.
Okay.
He
Like creation.
presides over. He's like synergy between arts and utility. So he
Okay,
really
okay.
is like a deity that presides over free will and makes sure that different elements of humanity can come together and work in unity.
I like that. That's good. Okay, that seems very Verny.
Yeah, yeah.
Function and beauty.
Can I take a guess?
You certainly can.
Is it Coralon?
It sure is.
Yeah. I actually took notes.
What's his name?
Coralon. All of the descriptions of the Presidium deities are in Roll20 as well,
Oh,
like brief descriptions. So Coralon he created a place for art and industry to work in tandem and for each to be found in the other. Coralon ensured that free expression and will was an option for all of Azura's inhabitants. So that's the hand that he had in the creation of the world.
okay. The Archheart. My
William?
father.
Vern's dad, Coralon.
Epi.
I mean, he also is a half elf though, so it's
Coincidence?
a
I don't know.
coincidence. I think not. I don't think so.
Yeah. So,
so go ahead, Vern.
so east. Okay, was it east of the city of the undead or east to the city of the undead?
East of the city of the undead.
Okay, which means I still need to figure out where the city of the undead is.
We're in
Okay.
it. Oh,
Wait,
well, I
what?
guess
You're
you don't
very
know.
close. You're
Yeah.
just to the west of it. You're just to the west of
Oh,
it.
that's what this is. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, wonderful.
I suppose that probably was that was implied last week too, that Silgath is a leader of sorts of Mir, which is the city where all the undead live. And he made several references to his people there, and that he would lead them
Okay.
back there. So
Okay.
that was left out. I forgot to say that in the recap, but it wasn't something that like happened. It was just kind of like loosely implied throughout.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, so you're close. You're about a day and a half's travel west from where you would need to be for that.
All right. Excellent. I will excitedly get ready to share that information. I'll probably run over to. Most of them are unconscious. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Mama's singing off key.
Monday.
It'll be fine. I think he probably just slipped in the bath.
I'll run over to Dez. And
Okay.
Dez, I just that, and I point to the stone statue. It started talking to me, and it was Coralon, and he's east. He's east of the city, and we should probably go and meet with him.
Check notes. Meet with him.
It just sounds like what are we doing? I was like, it was rescue him? No, he's just waiting. So I guess parlay with him.
Des will look at you, and not necessarily menacing or anything like this, but he will look at you straight faced and say, "I think this is the first time we've ever talked."
Vern Wellerby. I go to shake his wing.
Des will extend his hand as well, and he'll say, "Respect your use of magic. Not sure I trust that statue was talking to you, though. Are you sure?" Hey, what happened? Did you fall in the bath?
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, you're all happy now.
So good night to Papa.
Have a kiss.
He's happy because he's insane.
Hey.
Say good night.
Good night. Love you.
Papa's playing. Come on, Jill.
I'm putting you to bed the next 3 nights. We'll have plenty of time later. Love you.
Well, Des, you can
Yeah,
trust
I
me
don't-
on this one. I saw pink glowing eyes, and this is just like it seems like we're in one of those thin places. Obviously, a veil, all of that, and we already know that the Presidium has tried to reach out to us, and this is the next one.
To say this is actually Coralon.
Mm-hmm.
Did he give you any specifics on where to find him?
A very specific location of east of the city of the undead.
Well, I guess we're going that direction anyway, so it doesn't hurt to just keep walking once we get there, right?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Well,
Adventure awaits.
We'll talk to everybody else once they get back out here, right?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, should we bring them back? When should we start worrying about them?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before in my very long life. So I just assume they'll step back through when they're ready.
What do you think happens if we try to walk through that veil without putting our headpiece in?
You're certainly welcome to try it.
Oh God, no.
Okay. Well, that makes two of us.
Okay.
I'm staying down here.
Dear God.
Vern, is there anything else specific that you would like to do while you are out here waiting?
Let's see. What else is on this map that maybe you didn't notice that I can say I want to walk over to and inspect?
I forgot that these two are still down here. They're up here too.
No, Vern's good.
Okay.
Vern, it'd be a perfect time to open up Teth.
Oh. I'm good. That seems like a
You would
violent.
defile a sleeping body.
Please subtract 3 from your sanity modifier for the future.
Sounds like Billy has a self-destruct something in there if somebody tries to open them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
go ahead.
sure
Try
you
and
don't
open
want to take a look? Are you sure?
The hand just reaches
I'm
up.
just wondering how it all works.
All right.
I wouldn't.
So
Don't mess with the war machine.
we are going to move back to the cemetery. And at this point, Silgath and Urzok are going to be huddled around this tombstone. The rest of you are free to the other 2 of you that are here. Say Eric is kind of just looking up some leaves or something with the wisp. They're over there. Is there anything that the 2 of you, Brackle or Teth, would like to look at, investigate, see about, read? Hopefully I have names for. While you're in here.
I have an idea.
Yeah, you go first.
And you actually potentially would be interested in the same thing, but Teth would probably walk around. Do they have names on them? They did, right? Because it actually had in front.
Every single one of these tombstones has a name on it.
Teth would do a walk around and see if he recognizes any of the names.
Make an investigation check and also a history check. A roll for both, please.
I'd probably
Oh,
walk around
absolutely.
with them. I don't know if I'd be able to. I wouldn't be able to help though. I just kind of look for names that I'd know.
Okay.
Investigation 4.
Ooh. 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 With
10 for
Okay.
history.
10. Yikes. With a 4, So that's a straight roll for a 4. You at least at the surface level, you just aren't. You're kind of further off the ground. You're a tall guy. You're kind of just staying in this courtyard area. You might be even too big to move within the stones themselves. So you can't see the backs of many of them. So you're kind of just getting the surface information. You would notice with a 4 that at at a base level, there are it's a first and last name at minimum on each of the stones. So everyone has a stone, or everyone has a name. But also there are 3 dates. There's a set of dates to the left, and then a third date to the right. And you would assume that that is the birth and death date of their first existence, and then the date that they were reborn into second life. With a 10 history check, there is one name that you recognize from your past, and that is Epitaph. Interesting enough that you made this check, because that is the character that you played versus Visick that one day.
Yep.
His name is inscribed on this stone all the way at the top, and you would see on the top of this right here. Look at me pointing to the screen like you can see where I'm pointing. Up on the top here, the top of this canopy, you would see inscribed Epitaph's Rest Cemetery. So this cemetery is named after him. And on this stone, it is engraved, "This stone has been placed in memory of Epitaph, the first stone placed in this land. Traveler of worlds, harbinger of natural peace, ancestor to our people, may he rest eternally wherever his body may have fallen." And that is engraved on this headstone right here. But other than that, you don't recognize anything from any of the other stones. Just that they all have a very similar format on the front of all of them.
So Teth recognizes a name as in like somebody he's heard of, or somebody that he was actually had worked with at some point.
You would recognize that name as somebody that he was on opposing sides from. He never worked with Epitaph. Much like Dez and Flynn and Gael, Epitaph and that other group of adventurers that all of you played as, they were like the B team to Gael and Flynn and Dez, where they would be sent out for less significant missions and things like that. So he was like a lower level original caster that you may or may not have come in contact with directly, but you remember his name.
That makes sense. Cool. Ironically, I played him.
I know. I was wondering. Well, I guess the ratio is really good because now there are only 2 of you playing. But at first, like out of 6, I was like, somebody's gonna make the check. I really hope it's Billy. But hey,
No. Hey, I rolled a 10 though.
Very
yeah,
nice.
10's not bad. 10's not bad.
It's the only thing that was actually like bigger than I was, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and look at this.
Right. I need to look at that one. Is there anything that you would like to do, Brackle?
Yeah, I'd want to look for Flynn's name, Physic's name.
Oh,
I think, and maybe Gael specifically, but as we're kind of walking around. Other than that, those are the three I'm very focused on. I
what's
wouldn't think
what's your passive perception?
it is.
I think it's pretty
A
high, right?
million.
21.
Yeah. With the 21, you can be pretty certain that you don't see any of the three of their names here.
Okay.
It seems like a lot of the names with that perception, there are families grouped together, so some of the names are similar. It does, you get the sense that this is a true representation of a community rather than a collection of passerby. It feels both with so many stones here. It feels both very large and also very intimate. It's also incredibly quiet here. It's so quiet in the least unnerving way. It feels very peaceful. It feels like a place where anyone who has a stone here could come to meditate or just take time for themselves. You'd also get the idea, much like Silgath is doing now, that when someone is not in the city or out adventuring or things like that, their family members or friends can come here to feel close to that person while they're still out on the road or out adventuring.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I would have anything other to do than, you know, look at the headstones like I did, or just kind of like look at Shaw's, I guess. You know.
Yeah, Shaw. Again, if you're looking at Shaw's, they're very distinct, poorly drawn, but very distinct depictions of Brackle, Crowbar, Flynn, and Urzak for sure. Eric further off, and then you can kind of see like other random things like her favorite foods, or you can see she's illustrating a dog, possibly a pet. Just things that largely would give a child comfort, some type of comfort thoughts on
So,
Shaw's.
so it wasn't they weren't drawings that seemed like in distress or anything.
Make
guess I don't-
make an insight check.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess before I roll, I'll just ask this so it's fair. Like I'm basically looking like if there's any hints to where she. I mean, I know Urzak and probably Silgath are already doing this, but hints to where she is, what her kind of condition is.
Make an insight check. How do I want to do this? Make an insight check with intelligence based, though, if that helps you at all.
It
May
does.
or may not. I don't know.
No, it does not. But also, I got a natural 1, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have no idea. It just seems like things that she likes.
All right.
Oh, that's nice. What
That's
cute
nice.
things she's writing on the back.
Looks like
there.
she's doing well. Yeah. I think that's it.
Are there any other things you would like to do, Teth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there's actually two things. One's quick,
Okay.
one's probably not as quick. Is there anything on the back of Epitaph's monument? As far
There's
as
nothing on the back.
okay, that tracks. And
Good question, though. I wouldn't have thought to ask that. Interesting question.
and just for not even above game, like I'm thinking through Teth, like this was somebody who was associated very closely with the casters. So if there was information on where they were at, like whether they were friend or foe. Which clearly, if they're here, they're probably, at some point seemed from the vibe of this place that they were good, or at least wanted to help. Information one way or the other would have been useful. Yeah, the other question is for, I almost said Gael, Silgath. So
Okay.
Teth would walk on over to Silgath and wait for a moment to address him.
You'll see a moment where Urzak breaks off and kind of goes around back to look at the back. And Silgath turns to you.
Sorry to interrupt. I had a question.
Of course.
These 3 dates, the birth, the death, and then the rebirth.
Yes.
Everybody here was at one point, human, whatever type, humanoid or creature, and then had died, and then had been given a second chance.
That's correct.
Do you remember your previous life?
In flashes, it seems so much more like a dream than anything real as it is today. I feel as though you may have more of an idea of what that is like than other living creatures that you journey with. Flashes of your old life before you were reawakened.
Think, I don't know, been alive for a long time, and I don't know if it's degradation of the mind or trauma or both or something else.
And that is the question that all like us have to answer. Or wonder about forever. Is it that it's flashes from my first life? Or I just can't remember back that far?
Feel free to not answer this. But do you remember how you died?
Yes. I think you may already have a good idea. I believe that you and I were in close proximity the night I died.
The insinuating I killed him.
It's possible. You weren't the one that set off the bomb, so
Okay.
not directly. But the insinuation is not very. It's very thinly veiled. He clearly died on the night of sorrow.
If I look at his fucking statue, is the date of his death?
Yeah.
Night
If
of
you look
sorrow.
at Silgath, yeah, If you look at Silgath's headstone, the date correlates exactly the same exact date that you were there in the wilds during the Battle of Sorrow, and exactly the same date that Dez was transported over from his home world to Azura. It all happened at the same time.
I see.
Whoopsie daisy.
Do not worry. I hold no ill will towards you or anyone that used to work for anything that existed that long ago. The world is a much different place nowadays.
Yeah, it sure is. We're your second chance. All of your second chances.
Yes.
Were they a gift, or was there a particular power or individual that is responsible for your rebirth, or
For all of us, it is different. Some believe it is a gift that they had no choice. Some believe that they prayed to their gods in the last moments, and they were granted second life because they showed their devotion until the very end. Others believe that other magical creatures brought them back afterwards without being involved at all. I personally believe that I was given the second chance at life because I had a small daughter at home, and no one else was there to take care of her. I'm not sure who brought me back or what brought me back, but I am thankful for that gift every day.
judging from the way he was saying that, do I get the idea that he had died and then Little Shaw was still alive to go back to? And then judging based off that and how this situation with the whole tombstone thing is that he went back and either she was already dead or he came back, she was alive, then she died, and then she was reborn.
You could certainly ask him.
What's the dates on Shaw's tombstone for her death?
Looking at the dates on Silgath's stone and Shaw's stone, her first date of death, is roughly 7 days before Silgath's first date of death. So she died before he did. Yes.
Oi. How do I approach this? Hmm. I guess Teth would ask, was she already reborn when you reunited with her?
Are you asking if I had a hand in praying for a second chance for my daughter?
Yes.
To answer you plainly, Ted. She had already been given her chance upon my return. It is one of the things that gives us such closeness. We both realized in that moment that we were forever the same and forever different. But whatever we were in that granule of time, we were going to experience this new life together. It was then that we decided to find others that had fallen and stood back up as we did and journey away from the casters. Get away from the war, get away from those who choose to antagonize before choosing to help. And that's how we found ourselves in Mir. We were one of the founding families.
Very noble, in my opinion, or at least good-willed.
I appreciate your opinion, K13.
Tef knows that he's old, so it like temporarily like sparks and like a not being used to him being referred to as 13.
Yeah.
He's just
Silgath
like-
is super old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silgath was old during the Battle of Sorrow.
Yeah.
So does
Oh, good.
no. This was going to be a meta question, so go along.
I was gonna say Tef would just thank Silgath for him sharing his experience.
The only way the different parts of this world can come together is sharing experiences, Teth. I am always open to talk whenever you may need.
I guess I can ask this in character. Silgath. Forgive my ignorance, but is Shaw actually a child, or has she lived for a long time in a child's body? I guess maybe I looked at the whenever she was born again. I guess I could have figured that out, but
My daughter has been a child for many years. Much longer than many men have been alive. I suspect that loophole is what got her tithed in the first place.
so she actually wasn't. She is a child, but not by her age, I suppose.
Ishtar, there are many things when you are given a second chance that remain intact. One of the difficulties we've had to face is that she retains many things that a child would do. Lots of her tendencies are childlike. Doesn't mean that she doesn't also gain the wisdom of many tribal elders. It's a very difficult line to walk for her, I'm sure.
So for your second chance, your second life, you retain kind of the same body that you ended with, I guess.
Time does not affect me as it affects you. This is as I looked when I rose again, all those years ago. And the same goes for my daughter. The same would go for any of you if you were to fall today and I were to help you stand back up. Centuries into the future, you would remain exactly the same as you are now.
Interesting. I got above game. How old does Robert look?
Robert, when you saw him in the clearing, you would guess middle age, probably like mid to late 50s, early
Mhm.
60s at the most.
So when he first, I can't remember the exact history, when he first died or was thought to have been killed or died or vanished, how old was he?
Make a history check, because I'm actually not sure that any of you would know that.
Okay. Please don't fuck me. Please don't fuck me. Oh wow. It did. So I didn't get a 1, but I did get a 2 to make a total of 8.
You
Non-consensual.
so you would not know, although Urzak is also still in earshot.
Mhm.
I forgot that he was here. Urzak would have a pretty good idea. Still middle age, but not as old as he appears now. He probably late 30s, early 40s.
And do we know how he, if he died, vanished, or was killed? Supposedly.
He was presumed killed in combat.
Okay. Um.
And that's
So
something that universally anybody in most adults in the continent would be privy to.
okay, interesting. So this would have came after Silgath. Is there any chance somebody could hide their name on a tombstone here to get a second life?
Clarify your question.
Okay. Above game. I mean I don't know if this changes anything or whatever. But what if like Visick, because Visick was a human, right?
He was a human. Yes.
So what I'm trying to get at is, could somehow have somebody, could have he hid inside of another like soul or body or something to get a second chance at life somehow through whatever this was. So like could he be hiding in one of these tombstones essentially to be living out this long life somehow?
He'll say, "Oh, yes, I understand now." The short answer is no. Anytime one comes to us with a loved one or a friend or family member that they believe should rise again, and we can help them. Once someone steps back up and joins our community, there is much rejoicing. We all gather here and we mount their stone by hand. I don't foresee any circumstance where something would be misplaced here or built by accident.
Perfect. That's good to know.
I don't know if it's explicitly been stated because I know too much about the game. But has it been said that Visick was the one who had taken Shaw?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That actually happened in game.
Yeah.
So he took her right
Okay.
in front of the party at the very end of chapter 1.
But I mean, while Teth has been around, has it been said that that happened?
I'm sure.
I would
Yeah.
assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If not explicitly, it would have been either heavily implied or in a conversation off screen.
Braco,
Yeah,
you
we
have
would have expressed that, to the rest of the party.
Mhm.
The
I
way
agree.
Shaw
Yeah.
since
okay.
Visick took her.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I think maybe now that it's occurring, like Teth is putting together, hey, there's this girl we're looking for. This is the father, and she was abducted by an individual that they have seen.
hmm
Teth would kind of mosey on over to wanted to say Brackle Kong, but you're not a monkey anymore.
Just regular
Um,
Brack.
So it's old Brackle. Do you have a way, Brackle? I know you're pretty adept in the arcane arts to show me what the individual that took Shaw looks like.
Let's see. I
Honestly,
don't
Brackle,
think
as a
so.
caster, you might even have something with his
That's
face
true.
on it.
Well,
I would
If
say
you're
some
if
of
you're
your
gonna let me out that
caster.
easy, then yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll let you have that happen. Yeah,
Have
like a
little
bookmark
wallet
in
Out
your
a
art.
most
oh sure,
wanted,
I keep a picture in my wallet.
Yeah.
like most wanted poster.
Sure, I'll let's see. I'll pull out. What would he have?
It's certainly not a locket.
I think that any higher ranking scout or general would have some type of identifying paperwork.
Yeah.
So you would have like a credential with you that has your name on it and all of your information with the casters. And Visick is, I mean, he's universally referred to as the first caster, and they really play that up. So his picture would be on the credential somewhere on
There you
the
go.
back page or
Here, it's my ID card here.
yeah.
My ID scroll.
Because
Yeah,
to most of the population, remember, he's still regarded as a hero. Like all of this stuff
Right.
that you're doing is relatively underground. To
Mhm.
the common person, he's like the one that died for the birth of the nation.
Brackle, your ID scroll's expired.
Yeah.
I've lost kind of
God
track with
damn
all the
it.
crazy stuff that's been going on lately. It's
Gotta renew that shit, man.
I
jeez.
gotta take the test.
Yeah, you gotta take the whole thing again if you wait too long.
God, half
Make
of
you
it's
get back
burned
into the
up.
car and everything. Damn it.
I'll unravel my tiny ID scroll and his little portrait will be on the back.
$1 million question, DM. Does Teth recognize that face?
100%. Yes.
Nice.
He is absolutely the person that you saw in the tent on the night that the explosion went off. You were both there in the same spot. And so many things probably just clicked for Teth. Like, oh, this is the guy that has caused everything that we've been doing for the past week. Makes sense now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, within moments you recognize it.
Is that a quick summary? When did Teth spend time in a tent?
I forgive you for not remembering because that was I think it was actually the
the
very
bunker?
first one. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
his backstory during session 0.
Yeah. No, I'm okay. Just when it was called
Yeah.
a tent, I couldn't remember that. That was a bunker.
Was it a tent or a bunker? Something like that.
Yeah. Same thing. Okay.
A structure of some kind.
When he was with K7
K6.
or K6. Okay,
She gave herself up. Yeah.
gotcha.
Like the shutdown protocol and stuff. Sorry.
Billy, if you want to digest that, I have a question for Silgath.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm assuming potentially Urzak might have already asked this question to Silgath. Brackle would definitely have 2 questions. Silgath, forgive me. I'm sure maybe Urzak has more insight into this, but One, why did you bring us here? Other than to show us that Shaw is still alive. And two, which I think everybody would like to know, is why does Visick want Shaw so bad?
The answer to the first question is exactly what you said. I think that this place is rather unbelievable.
Yeah, with all due respect, I was not. I thank you for bringing us here and sharing this incredibly sacred piece of their culture with us.
I think a lot of things that I needed to explain to you were not explainable without being here in this place. As for your second question, I do not know. I know that over the years he has tried to find a specific child. I do not know why. As old as she is, he needed my child at this moment. But I hope that she has the instinct to stay alive long enough for us to find her.
I might have forgotten. Did she produce like any acts of like magic or some type of arcane powers when we were with her?
Not ever on purpose.
Right. I know they were like accidents and stuff like that, but I can't remember what they were specifically.
The only thing that you would remember is when she was about to die in combat, and she produced spectral wings and phased through a wall to escape a battle.
Okay.
But it didn't seem to any of you like she was doing it on purpose. Like she was about to die, and like she was just ripped out of the room.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time that you would recall her using magic at all. She never attempted it purposefully, and she never incited any cloudbursts either. That was the only time that any arcane
Okay.
ability was used by her.
Eric would want to ask Silgath, since the news of her missing, or just discovering her missing in your home, her being abducted to the tithes. Silgath, have you approached others in trying to relocate with Shaw? Has anyone else seen this realm, this location here?
Outside of our citizens, the 5 of you are the first outsiders that any of us have attempted to show this place. It is for the reason only that your visages have been drawn on the back of my daughter's headstone. No one else has the trust, has my trust, like she does. I know that if she trusts you enough to draw you on here in the way that she is, you are trustworthy enough to be here in this place.
And Eric would just give him a look to, like, reciprocate the trust that he feels back to Silgath, but also a determination. Eric is curious how the physics work here. It's like, Silgath, I'm standing on the edge. Do we have, physical elements? I don't know if you know the science and gravity, but if I took a step over this edge, what would I find? What would I find? Does he recommend it? Or
Are you looking to
like walk on the
physically
air?
step over the edge, or just looking over the edge?
Like Silgath, here, let me just rephrase. Silgath, just plainly, if I were to walk on the air right now.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Absolutely no.
That would bring me to a quicker second life, wouldn't it? Okay.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, there are two answers to that. One, I believe that in some instances there are worse fates than death. Uh, if you step over this edge, the chance of you falling forever and never stopping falling is very high. On the other hand, your physical body on the other side of the veil would remain motionless until you uh, died naturally without a soul, so you could not be brought back. So best to just stay on the land.
Okay.
a
Well,
living husk.
Just a husk.
as long as I feel I have the energy to, transform into a flying creature, I think. But okay. All right.
Sorry to be so gloomy, Silgath. Do you foresee any dangers posed by this realm existing in general?
The realm that you're in right now.
Yeah. Is there anything
That
some
is
power?
something that
Yeah.
that is something that he is going to choose not to answer.
Okay.
Unless you have some way of figuring out what this place is for yourself.
I get it. I
Um,
understand. If there's a danger, obviously you don't want to broadcast it as well.
At this point, Silgath is going to kind of gather all of you around, and he'll say, "I hope that being here and seeing these stones, recognizing old acquaintances, death, seeing familiar depictions of yourselves. I hope this has been a positive experience, and I hope that you all and I can see each other again very soon. For now, I must continue just with Urzak, if I could. I would like to ask the four of you to exit the veil, if you could."
Sure.
Fuck you! I'm never leaving.
It feels
Live
too
here
good here.
forever.
I'm staying here forever. Let my
Always
body
fall.
die. Let my body husk just rot.
I can live here
Stay
forever,
here.
baby.
So that was a double meaning, an endless fall, because there's, leaves on the trees that are falling and falling.
Endless
It's
fall.
true. And forever.
You will autumn
the-
down to your death.
The whisk will Jesus Christ. The whisk will oblige and she name change. Immediate canon name change. She will exit the veil.
Above game, do you accelerate forever?
There's no wind
If-
resistance,
Or
so
is it
it's just
free fall, right? Yeah.
You don't weigh anything because you're spectral. So I believe that you just slowly fall forever.
Oh,
It's not even fun. You're just like
just
for eternity.
wow. No, thank
It's
you.
going a couple inches an hour.
A glacier. Yeah.
Glacial pace downwards forever.
This is
All right,
what we're
so
gonna say.
Silgath and Urzak are going to stay inside of the cemetery, and the rest of you will exit out, and you will come back through the veil. Brackley, you are no longer an ape.
I didn't put that there.
Oh, that's another Eric. What am I doing? There we go. And as you come back through the veil, you see the door to this little hut, this little birdhouse, fly open, and the orbs just fly out of the front, and you see them kind of just enter into your body, and you just kind of defibrillate back up to life, and everybody kind of just jumps back up upon crossing back through. Obviously, everyone except for Urzak and Silgath. And Des will address you right away. We were waiting a lot longer than we thought. Is everything okay?
Oh,
Well, how much time?
yeah.
You would assume time passed relatively similarly, maybe a bit slower out here in real time. But it's pretty comparable. So you for Des, Flynn, and Vern, you're probably gone like half an hour, 40 minutes tops. And it would have only felt like 20, 25 minutes. So just a little bit quicker passage of time inside. Not like extreme like minutes to years or anything like that.
Well, we were brought into some a cemetery of consciousness almost. It appears that Silgath, as well as Shaw, which is her last name, right?
Yes.
Did we find out her first name?
You did. Her first
Oh.
name is Serafina.
Seraphina, that's right. Are actually on their second lives. So they're technically undead. Urzak and Silgath, or Silgath wanted to talk to Urzak alone in there for some reason. Or, not for some reason. Wanted to talk about something alone, I suppose, about his daughter. But it was pretty cool in there.
That's
doesn't
cool.
doesn't have an exact idea of why his daughter is being taken by Visick. Eric, did you find anything in your investigations?
Somebody I recognize, who maybe Des or Flynn might have had some experience with, but there was a headstone or epitaph.
okay?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I don't know either. It must have been downstairs. Hold on one second, guys.
Means I can go pee.
Pee pee poo poo. Actually, I'll go to the bathroom too. Good call.
Sorry about that. There was a super loud noise that sounded like it was coming from downstairs in our house, but we couldn't figure out what it was. So it must have been outside somewhere.
It was definitely
Interesting.
definitely you ever see those I don't know if you have any in your house, but like the little things that go back on the bathroom doors are like little hangers for towels.
Oh yeah.
One time I had one of those fall over and it's loud as fuck.
Archer has this little he's very into cleaning right now. He has like a little vacuum and like a toddler sized mop and broom and dustpan and all that stuff. And it came on like this super tall wooden thing that's so totally not conducive to having a toddler, because it's like the holder is lighter than all of the tools, so he'll try and pull it off, and then everything falls over and like he knocks everything else over, and that's super loud. So I thought that's what it was, but it was not that. So couldn't tell you what it was. It's probably going to be something that we didn't try and look for, and we'll
Yep.
find it in like a week.
You'll find it tomorrow. You'll find it like 2 days from now.
What is all this trash that's on our ground? Oh, it's probably all the shit that fell over last night.
God, what is this ceiling fan doing here?
Not outside the realm of possibility. I have installed 3 of our ceiling fans, so it very well could be that.
And it's every time it's just, hey, it's actually not falling down.
Yes, we made it another day. So happy. Brad, let's go through some of your herbalism kit stuff since you are here.
Oh, nice.
So on the journey from the stream to here, based on Helen's notes and the shape of the compartments in your herbalism kit, you have collected the following items. You have collected 10 fresh raspberries that can be used either fresh or dried. Uh, 5 sprigs of holly also can be used fresh or dried.
All right.
4 ounces in a vial of honeysuckle sap. We'll just say you have 1 vial of it, but 1 ounce is a dose of that ingredient.
Okay.
So you have 4 uses of that. And then 15 silverweed leaves. Same as the first 2, they can be used fresh or dried for a different effect.
Did I get the right silverweed leaves?
Yes.
Okay.
You can put all 4 of those into your, you can put them in as other items into your character sheet on D&D Beyond. And once you get back to the city, Helen can start teaching you how to apply those in different ways for different potions. So what I want to eventually get to, the 2 basic ones are antitoxin and healing potions, both of which can be almost made in entirety with these ingredients. So she just started you with those 2. But if you're into it, it seems like you are. I'd love to branch out to other potions eventually too, and get into like more complex recipes if you want to do that. Because then you can just be like the group alchemist and help Vern make potions. The 2 of you can work together and make different things, make different serums for his glove.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Are they all war crimes?
Hopefully less of a war crime than the first one. That was a surprise for all of us. By chance, the 30-second spell. Jeez. Finger of
Slurping
Hadar.
words. I didn't realize
So at
Burn dabbled.
once we get to Mir, there is an alchemist that lives there. Vern and Eric, both of you probably will want to visit that character once we're there.
Because we're nerds,
Uh,
is that why?
Yeah, you guys are both nerds. Fucking nerds, dude.
Fucking got him.
Pew, 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 pew.
Is Eric going to
Wisp
help
is going to-
remodel the alchemist shop?
I will
Yeah.
build you an entirely new building. 3 days, I
3
promise.
days. Yeah.
I need a Teth to do a 3D scan and we can replicate it.
Yeah, yeah. Turn Teth into a 3D printer. Just print anything that you guys need.
Everything I print comes from my mouth, though. Just.
Just vomit it.
Yeah, you just spit it out onto the ground. The Wisp is going to say, starting to get dark. I think we should probably start moving towards the village, if you guys are comfortable with that. And Dez and Flynn will acknowledge that they will stay and watch over Silgath and Urzok until they come back out.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I think we should definitely head to that village. Oh, did I mention a god talked to me while you were away?
Oh yeah,
And he wants
yeah.
us to go east of the village.
We'll push the Wisp back for a second. That all went back into my mouth. Vern, please address this not in a rushed fashion. How you would like to do this?
You know, I kind of like this, just sort of like in passing, like, oh, by the way, when a god talks to you.
You know, when a statue animates, just
Yeah. So, Kath, remember when the storm god talked to you that one time?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wait, we
Teth
all
the
heard it,
robot
right?
is learning. He's learning sarcasm.
Yes, very
Well,
I was blind for
happened-
45 seconds.
Well, that happened to this guy. And don't worry, Teth, it's not your storm god cheating on you.
Were
This
you
time
blinded?
it was Corellin.
Corella?
Corellin DeVille. Wait, what, was that what it is? No, Corellin. Corellin?
Is Coralon.
Coraline. Okay. I was trying to think of like Coraline, like the Neil Gaiman story, and then I'm okay. Coraline, you know, the Archart? Well, he says that he is waiting to speak to us east of Mir. So he seemed fine. Like he seemed like in good spirits, but we should probably stop by and see him at some point. You know.
Can Death put his hand on Vern's shoulder, just as like a pat? Like,
Yeah, I guess if Vern allows that, yeah. I don't have
Always.
any problem with that.
give him a little pat. Very, very, very gentle pat. And then grabs his necklace of prayer beads and casts Lesser Restoration on him, just to make sure he's not losing his fucking mind. This is just to make sure you're all right, buddy.
Vern tingles and is like, "Whew."
Yeah, Vern seems fine.
I really appreciate that. That was very sweet of you, Kath. What a good friend. But, and I gently lift his hand off my shoulder, but I mean it.
Okay.
Coralon spoke to me through that statue. And I point to the weird little cat looking thing.
Detect magic.
Oh, detect
Okay.
magic would be nothing now, right? It's just a
Yeah,
stone.
exactly.
Yeah.
Are you actually casting detect
Yeah,
magic?
because I'm gonna
Okay.
use all my spells before we get in a fight.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. So you you cast detect magic. The stones do not glow at all,
Huh.
unfortunately.
How
Sorry.
are those? Just so I can actually get some use out of it. How blindingly bright are the egg brain boxes?
So much like when Vern was inspecting them before, to your surprise, the boxes themselves are not magical. They you can tell that there is the remnants of magic there. It is. Let me look at my notes so I don't misspeak.
Maybe transmutation. I don't know what it would be.
Let's see.
Maybe abjuration.
It is abjuration magic.
Nice.
So almost like abjuration in the sense that these spheres, also the veil, the giant veil that you can't cross, also glowing super bright with abjuration magic. It is by and large a defense of the plane behind it. It is the most extreme of measures to keep other creatures out.
Good to know. Vernon, you said what, a day and a half? Day and a half travel, Vernon?
To get to this place?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I didn't say how long it would be, but yeah, it's just a little bit east of Mir. So
Oh, east of
not,
there.
not
Okay.
too far.
Well, maybe that's where your calling is. Because I don't detect any magic on these stones. So clearly whatever wanted to speak to you wanted to speak to just you.
Oh, interesting. Get a calling.
Yes.
Vern giggles excitedly, feeling a new sense of importance.
Maybe you'll find your own shiny big diamond for the Presidium.
Yes.
Wow.
Also, after we get out of here, at some point, I need to talk to you about my orb. But for future
Okay.
times, when we're safe.
Talk to. Now I know what you're talking about. Talk to Vern about it. Yeah. Love that. So now we can reinsert the wisp saying it's getting dark. We should probably start moving towards the city.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Just I'm not used to spending so much time out here in these thick jungles. Time for a little civilization.
Dez and Flynn is going to they're going to pull Urzok, his body up, and kind of fortify their position. I'm going to move you down, Eric. And Dez and Flynn are going to kind of post on the outsides there, just watching them. And they will bid you farewell. And they'll say, when they come out, we'll be sure to follow you and we'll catch up.
Okay.
Would
do
you like to leave?
Contact us?
Urzok has the sending stone. So Dez is gonna take it off of him. And he will I guess since you asked for it, he'll toss you the sending stone, Teth, so you can communicate back and forth with Dez through that stone.
Teth will immediately take that stone and give it to Vern.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
All right. So as you are walking down these steps, it is starting to get noticeably darker. The trees seem thicker than when you walked up. I'm not sure if that's just because you were paying more attention to Silgath and following him, and now you're kind of finding your way on your own. But it seems much more dense the way that you are going now. The Wisp is kind of leading the way, but do you have a preferred marching order following behind her?
That's a good question. I feel like we haven't done a marching order for like 3 months.
Not ever.
Um,
Not ever for this campaign, I don't think.
Yeah.
I could tell you what I think Eric would do. It would be between Teth and Vern.
Okay.
yeah, I don't care. I'd probably walk side by side with the wisp.
Okay.
I assume
Up
the
front.
Wisp would be leading with Brackle up
Mhm.
front, which would put Vern
Hmm.
is in
Probably go
front
next,
of Eric.
so that Teth
Yeah.
would pick up the rear.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. So you start walking in that order. Just going to keep you on this screen for now. So we have heading east, the Wisp and Crackle next to each other. And then you guys following like that, right?
Vern's. I think Vern's in the middle, like where Eric's
Vern's
at.
in the middle.
Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Something like that.
Just as a visual representation for me.
Mhm.
Cool. So you head down these steps and into the forest. You follow the Wisp because she has keen directional senses. She starts leading you east, and much to the converse of when you were walking towards the cemetery, the leaves begin to feel more lush. They begin to regain their green pigment on a lot of the trees. The trees, like I said, become much thicker, more dense, more packed together, more like a flourishing summer forest, even backtracking further into springtime territory. Very fresh air, not so crisp as it was up here by the cemetery. Fresh, very hearty. It smells very earthy. You get a lot of like wood tones, like cedar, and it smells heavily of different types of trees and flora. And until it starts to mix a little bit. And I would like, let's see, a 4. I would like Eric to roll a D100, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
Roll up 2. Roll under your level and you get a prize.
It's a 32.
Close.
32.
Pretty close.
So as you are continuing to head east, the night or the evening, it feels very still. It feels nice and warm. It's comfortable. Quieter than you would imagine a forest to be. Brackle, make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, sure. $30.
Wow.
It's a
So
19 plus 11.
with a 30, Brackle, you and the Wisp, who is also very keen, you would both notice there are trees that she is actually following, almost guiding you to the city. Here and there, much like Teth tried to explain earlier, with some of the trees being on their second life, you'll see trees like rattling here and there, just slightly, just like, and then they'll be still on the path that you're taking. So they're kind of letting you know that you're still going in the right direction.
Interesting.
That's
don't-
another 4. 2. Vern, would you also please roll a D100 for me?
Ooh, a T100.
Sorry, I need to go fix my Instapot real quick.
Okay. 37. That's so close to the other roll. That's in the same bracket. Give me a second roll for me, Vern.
Okay.
Bracklebath,
31.
roll a D100.
You got it. I'll use my die. Hopefully that gives us something different. Pick you and you. Let's see what
I
you
mean,
got
props for
going on.
accuracy, though. Like, consistency, if nothing else.
For precision, right? Yeah.
97.
Okay. So you continuing to walk. You're probably an hour and a half, an hour 45 into your journey now, walking through the trees, and it's starting to open up a little bit. You can start to see more clearings, more bushes as opposed to trees, and it's starting to get darker. It truly is beginning to shift from evening into nighttime. And as you're walking, you pick up a very faint scent. It almost feels like it's very familiar to all of you, except for maybe Vern. Um, it smells like flesh, but not burning flesh. It just smells like rotting. It smells like decay. It smells like general sickness, general unwellness, and that it is wafting towards you from up ahead, from the east directly. And as you continue to walk, a slight veil of fog starts seeping in. You can see little wisps of fog weaving in and out of the trees. It's ever so slight at first. Most of you don't even notice it, but once you start paying attention, it's as if it came out of nowhere, and you're walking through this foggy forest. And I need all of you to make a survival check, please.
Very good at these.
Back at it.
Yeah, that's okay.
That
Yeah,
was
it's better than those.
About as good as I could do.
I used
Hey,
up all my rolls on the 19 and the 97.
Mhm.
Every everybody's just continuing to walk, but Eric, you have a very sharp and very quick sense of danger. It comes on very quickly, very unexpectedly, and it feels very unwell. It feels like you have walked too far in the wrong direction. Almost like a feeling of dread, a feeling of you feel lost almost.
I guess I would say something more like Coralon, more like carry on.
Always the wordsmith, Eric.
Yeah,
So
bro.
brilliant.
Endless fall. Dude, I'm on a roll. Dude,
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah.
want to retcon. After the battle with the rock golem, the journey, talking to Silgath, we would I think Vern, he would have to. Did you see what we just destroyed, like in battle, like actual fighting, like he'd be just boasting.
Oh, Eric Wood to Silgath.
No, don't you think, Trent, that Vern that would do that?
You like, yeah, you
Oh,
see
like
how
excited.
He's like,
how
yeah,
awesome
he's
I
like,
did
"He's
back there.
a 40-foot tall, like a 60-foot tall, like he's an 80-foot tall. Like it just
You see that fucking chromatic orb that I unleashed on that dude? Like,
You know, just a couple days ago I couldn't even do that, and now look at me.
I don't know. I thought that was a missed opportunity. But I think that first character he does that.
so what do you do now?
I'm glad we went back and we retconned and
I'm sorry.
revisited that journey from last week.
What would you like to do in this moment that we're in right now?
Yeah. I just want to get a sense of, because I can do like a druid craft that would tell me weather wise.
Yeah.
But my
you-
question about that is that in the druid craft, you would sense the world's weather. So would Eric know that is telling me what the weather system on the planet is doing, or that
Let me look
this
at that
fog
spell, actually.
is, that this fog is produced somehow
You
artificially, right?
create a tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
So it's like my weather radar is telling me it's supposed to be sunny. Why is it foggy? Like, would I?
Yeah. Okay. So this would manifest for you as kind of like a blue sheet of energy with white puffy clouds kind of floating around in it. So not necessarily sunny, but fast and comfortable.
So I got cloudy. There's a blue light source. You said.
Yeah,
A little
like
bit of warm, a little
blue
warm.
skies. Yeah, blue skies with the chance of it off and on overcast.
So it's really not adding up to this.
Correct.
Okay.
Good
What are you,
good
what are
spell.
you doing, Eric?
I think I'd
Yeah.
cast blessed. What was that, Billy?
I said Tess would ask what you're doing because he just sees you just starting to do magic.
Right. Yeah. It's like, what's he doing? I thought we were just walking, right? So it's like there's danger about us.
Oh, divine sense.
That and this, and then I would cast bless.
Your divine sense, you get the idea that some of the trees and bushes are the same as before, but
Trees.
no humanoid, undead, no celestials, no fiends
Hmm.
within 60
Oh,
feet.
that's what it is.
Before we step any further, can I interest anyone else in a finger injection? I have 4 more.
Absolutely not.
Maybe later, Teth, or not, maybe later, Vern.
See, it's
Why
so
does
I don't know
everyone keep calling
why
me
it's
Ted?
I don't know why it's
I know
so
we
easy to
look
do.
alike,
but
guys. I
It
know.
is.
Basically the same body type.
Yeah.
With past experience, we don't know what we're gonna get out of those fingers.
So, Teth, as you are kind of scanning the area, and Eric, you're casting your spells to see what's going on, and people are becoming more aware and more wary of the surroundings. You hear from pretty far up, maybe I don't know, out of your eye line, out of your line of sight. This sound.
Gross.
So num nums.
You bastard.
Hmm.
And then it happens again.
Is it getting louder?
It's awful.
Slowly louder. Yeah. Yeah.
That's gotta be a good sound, guys, right? Like that's
Oh, only Eric hears it.
I would say all of you hear it at this point.
Oh, okay.
And
Can I? Okay.
Yeah,
Question.
go ahead. Yeah.
I only have a 5-foot cube. Never mind. I was gonna. Can I shape fog? Isn't that water? Moisture in the air. Can I
Yeah.
try to, like, push it out of the way to get a better sense to what is advancing? At least 5 feet away.
So I would say the fog is not so thick that you
Okay.
can't see through it. It's not like debilitatingly dense. Like anything on this map that's within your sight line, you would still be able to see.
Oh, okay. Okay. Totally fine then.
Yeah. It's not so thick that it's obscuring vision.
I still. Okay, never mind. That's fine.
However, from behind this tree, there's a tree and some thorns down here, so the bushes travel all the way down to the ground. Shambling from behind this tree, you see the first glimpses of what is causing this noise.
Is it something nice?
Is it a shambleman?
It's not.
The shambleman's
What is that?
shambling.
From behind this tree, out starts walking what you believe at first is a humanoid-esque shape, but really it is just a skeleton encased in layers and layers of green goo, just dripping from every part of its body. It's dripping down onto the ground, into the grass. Some of it is soaking up into the earth and coming back up. The earth is rejecting it. It's shooting back up out of the ground, and it just kind of rejoining at the feet, and just like it's all in motion as this thing is shambling towards you, and every step it takes it's moving slowly, but not so slowly that it's not making any time. It is coming in your direction, not necessarily looking at you, but it is moving towards you.
I'll look to the wisp. Friend or foe?
And she looks at it and looks back at you, and she, foe.
I'll just cast fairy fire on it real quick.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fo.
All
85 fo.
right. That's not bad.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Third
Oh,
level
Vern.
bless. Oh no, burn.
Oh no, mine's not good either.
I've had 2 good rolls, and then the other ones have been a 1, a 2, a 4, and I think another 2.
The rock monster Vern could do, but this is just so disgusting. that he
The
can't.
This is
wisp is going
uncouth.
the wisp is going to spend her first turn's reaction to give you a reroll, Vern. Like
Nice.
you
Aw.
went to step up to the line of combat, and you like tripped on a rock, and she'll just catch you and be like, "It's okay, like you got this." Much better. Much better.
The wisp is cool as fuck.
Michael, Barlos,
Yes.
so there was like when we were deciding our boons and our like bloody conditions.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned something about like inspiration for Eric. Like, I don't know if it was directed at me or if it was just in jest, but
I honestly can't remember. I truly meant it when I said just write those down because I won't remember them. Because I have no clue what any of yours are. And we can remake them too if neither of us remember. We can kind of go back to the drawing board. That does seem familiar. I'll give you a use of inspiration, like when you hit 50%, just gain inspiration. I'm fine with that.
No, okay. I was thinking of using it now. I mean, I'll take whatever. But...
Well, the point of the bloodied condition is when you get to a certain point, like you hit the threshold. It works like a mythic action where you have to.
Mine are So mine are at 50% health. Eric pees his pants, and then use it at 30%.
Pees his pants. You're right.
That's why I thought it. Yeah. And then at 30%, I instantly wild shape whether I have a slot or not to a giant spider.
Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, if you're above 50, then unfortunately you do not have it. Unless you had inspiration before. I don't think you do.
That's what I was saying. I thought that was like, you're like, oh, that's so cool. Like no one else's bloody condition. It was, I don't know. I go with my initiative as is.
Billy, did you have something? Teth, did you have something to say?
No, it just makes you want to throw Eric at that thing, though.
Just make it turn.
Giant spider.
You guys haven't
you know what's
seen that.
awesome?
You haven't seen me pee pants in my battle.
I'm using the encounter tracker on D&D Beyond for the first time this campaign. I used it a couple times the first time, and I remember not liking it. I don't know why I thought that, because this is amazing. It tracks every single thing. So good. All right, Bracklebath, you are up first.
Yep. I will do what I said I was going to do, and I will cast Fairy Fire. And yeah. There'll be a 20-foot cube around him, which I'm terrible at drawing shapes, but I will attempt.
I can take care of that for you.
And he has to make, or he or she, whatever, skeleton boy, has to make a dexterity saving throw. Dex 18.
Okay. He's going to fail that.
So.
Oh, yeah, big time. I knew he was going to fail before he rolled.
Well, good, because any attack roll against the creature has advantage if you can see it.
Nice.
And cannot
like
benefit
glowing,
from being invisible. Yep. Just like
as if on fire. Yeah.
Yeah, everything in that cube
awesome.
is like a purple fire. It's like purple sparkly fire.
Pretty. Awesome. Any bonus actions or movement?
Trying to remember. What type of fighter was the wisp? She was like a stealth or Dexy fighter.
So she's mainly a support player. You would probably know more about her. So she actually has 3 classes. She is an artificer, cleric, druid.
Okay.
So she is full support. She's an alchemist, artificer, peace cleric, and a shepherd druid. So she focuses on healing, buffing, and area of effect actions.
I will, if she lets me, I will move both of us back here. Basically, I'll carry her back that way. So let's get out of the way and let these bigger boys go forward.
Make a so you she'll just walk with you.
Okay.
You're not the strongest boy, so I don't know if you could actually pick her up.
No, yeah. it was more like helping scoot her away, kind of getting out of the front line.
She will go for that for sure.
Since we're more support people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And that's my turn.
Teth.
Yeah. Go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I make a perception check? See if there's anything else besides Goop Boy 1.
Yes, you can use. Do you want to use your passive as a bonus action, or do you want to make an active check as an action?
I have a really good passive. I'll use a bonus action.
Okay. Yes, you would be able to now moving up here. The way that you are hearing what's coming in front of you, at least 3 other monsters that walk in similar fashion behind various trees. You cannot see them, but you would assume based on the sounds that are coming from this far up with your perception. There are more monsters behind this one.
Okay.
Walking from the east, I should say, specifically. Walking from that direction.
Teth would he would let the group know that there's 3 more behind the trees. Sound the same. And I don't know what they can do. I will ready because we're already blessed.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, Eric blessed us.
Oh.
Right? Unless
Yeah.
oh wait. Did that go through actually? I didn't know if that was a
Yeah,
don't-
3rd level bless.
Oh.
okay.
So
yeah.
everyone, that's 5 people.
Yeah, it should hit everybody.
Saving throw.
Yep.
Okay.
Teth will ready a bonk if something tries to attack him.
But I don't think it's like an endless amount of times. I think it's just once for bless.
What? It's for a minute.
It's for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like
So you can do it
Teth
6.
can use
You
it
can do it 10
twice.
times.
It's on every attack roll and saving throw as long as you
Yeah.
have concentration.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's a really good spell because I was going to cast it. You should beat me to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna ready a bonk if something approaches.
Oh, whenever. I see. Okay.
All right. The wisp is up next. You will see her procure a staff. So it has like a pack that she carries, kind of on the small of her back, and she'll reach into that pack and grab what looks like a tiny little stick, and she will squeeze it, and it'll form out into a proper staff, probably 6 or 7 feet tall, and she's going to aim that staff at this ooze creature, and she's going to attempt to cast banishment.
Nice.
Damn, really does not like those.
She's fucking going hard.
Yeah.
She's not messing around. She is going to spend 4 charges on her staff and cast banishment on this guy. He needs to make a charisma save, and that was a 5. No modifier. Oh wait, negative modifier. Doesn't even worse. He has 2 charisma, so it's
Oh.
so yeah. So he just blinks out of existence. You see him
okay.
one moment, and then it's gone. What you do see is the skeleton remains. The skeleton just drops down to the ground, so the bones just scatter and spread out. They were not part of the biological makeup of that monster. But now that this one is gone, now that the squelching and the liquid nature of the movement of this slime creature is not at the forefront of your ears, you can now hear more of it off in the distance from more directions, seemingly spread out, coming from this eastern front. She is going to, with her bonus action, she's going to step into this bush, and you will just cease to see her. She's just vanishing into the plant life back here. So she will hidden step into this tree. And that is her turn.
Man, she
Now-
does not seem fond.
Mm-hmm.
It is the ooze's turn.
Yucky.
Yuck.
Bring it, dudes.
Now all of them are going to encroach on you at the same time. So
What I look for.
from around this northern tree, Teth, you will be able to see one pop out here. You will also be able to see one come around a tree, Teth, back here. And well, yeah, I guess Teth just has the eye line for everything. Teth, you will be able to see this one, another one, enter over on this side. And this one, it's a bigger boy. So Teth, as you see this one come around this tree, in the picture there, it looks like it has legs, but really it's just like flopping over itself, just rolling in your direction, just a constant like Muck the Pokemon style, just like like oozing its way over to you as it is an ooze. So this first one that came out over here is going to take its full movement, and it's going to move all the way up here. I'm just going to do all the movement at the same time. And this one is going to attempt to attack you, Teth.
Yeah.
That is going to be... Wow, that digital dice is so loud in my headphones. Holy shit. I have the sanguine set on right now, so it's like disgusting. That's an 8 to hit, so that's gonna miss. He's gonna try one more time. Oh, the sound. That's a natural 1. So that's gonna miss as well.
Poor guy.
That means the big guy's gonna fucking crit on you.
He physically took pieces of his body and was trying to throw them at you, Teth. The aim is not there today. Not there. This guy is too far away to do anything. And this large one, he is going to do the same thing. He has a much higher modifier to hit you, though. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
Miss.
And the second
Heels comes
one,
up.
the second one is going to be a 23.
Meets the beats.
All right. So you will take 21 acid damage.
Jeez.
Okay.
As well as 11 force damage.
Okay.
And next is Vern.
Okay. I feel like Vernon want to go sprinting in right away to attack. So I'm gonna actually start by just giving Teth a little buff, and I will cast Enlarge Reduce on him and make him big,
Ooh, nice.
Massive.
bigger. So I mean, advantage on like strength checks or strength saving throws, and he gets a little extra D4 to every attack he does,
Nice.
damage wise.
Anything else that you'd like to do? Any movement? Anything at all?
Nope.
Awesome. Eric.
First thing, bonus action. Plant my shield, which has a sharp edge at the bottom.
Okay.
In front of Vern, and I let Vern know that he could take 3/4 cover using the shield if he
Nice.
stands
Good move.
immediately behind it. With my action,
Mhm.
I will wild shape if you let me into a giant vulture.
Oh, okay.
It's CR1, but I have that
That's
because
fine.
8th level druids. And
Giant vulture, a large creature.
let's see what size. Large. But I'm also neutral. No, I keep my alignment. Never mind. I was gonna say it's a neutral evil alignment,
Yeah.
but that's if Eric's. It's just whatever Eric's alignment is.
All right, so we're going with it.
I'm gonna roll my hit points real quick. 3d10 plus 6. Damn.
Damn, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
The dice betrayed you.
Yeah, they did.
well, that's all right. 17 free ones.
Mhm.
Don't fly too high.
Right, yeah. If nothing
Yeah,
else, you're just
My bad,
aerial.
DM. My bad. I'll try
I
to
mean,
make.
hey, I'm just playing the game. I'm just observing you guys in the world. No
So-
skin off my back.
And I'll use some movement speed to fly up about, I'd say, 20 feet. Should
Okay.
in place there. Yeah, good to go. I don't think I have any other action economies, so I think that's the end of my turn.
Is the fairy fire static?
It's a one and done thing, so like it's technically not there anymore. But like the
Okay.
area is glowing, but it doesn't affect anything that moves through it now.
Okay, gotcha.
What a name.
I know. All right, we're back up to Bracklebaff, elite scout of the Caster Army.
Oh shit! So
Aspiring general.
yeah, aspiring general for sure. So Teth is big boy. The wisp just fully disappeared. I will first of all bonus action Bardic Inspiration Teth. So it's a 1d10.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Because I forgot to do it last turn. And then I will. I think I'm just going to send my rapier out to. Let me make sure he's within 30. Yep. Rapier to right here.
You should be able to control that too. Yep.
And attack this little ding dong.
Okay.
That'll be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
1d8 plus 3. 6 piercing damage. And that's my turn. Actually, I'm gonna move. Let's see, 5, 15. No. I'll move one step closer here. In case there's some sort of mega attack on Teth. And that's my turn.
All right. Death.
Five, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gonna block this tree line.
Nice. Double block.
Did you? All right. Are you moving straight forward?
Yeah, sorry, I went
This guy is going to try and.
like that.
Okay.
Legitimately, I went 5, 10, and then just went up.
That's fair.
Here
That's
and
fair.
then
That's
around.
fair.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, Barlos.
Hey, man.
You don't get to roll.
I have like 90 more slimes that I can just drop onto this board. So.
Roll 20 will crash.
Yeah. I'm going to make this whole thing crash with all the
Yeah.
all the
You're
enemies I'm
all
going
out
to
of
drop
order.
on you.
Do a bonus action. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you what else you would like to do.
Yeah, bonus action necklace cure wounds at level 2.
Okay.
What is that? Da-da-da-da-da. And so 15 hit points back. And gonna do a double bonk. Just pull out the sensor and start
Bonk, bonk.
slamming this goop.
Nice.
Oh, that's not good. It's a bad bonk. How's a 12?
Bardic Inspiration. Or wait, can you use...
Well, actually, that's
Oh.
a good question. Can I use that before or after the roll is called?
Wait,
Uh,
you
an
have
extra-
blessed too.
You have a
It could be
D4
after as long as you
bless.
don't know if it misses or not.
Yep, you can use your Bardic or your Bless.
Oh, I forgot about bless.
But it hits.
I didn't
So
hear the final. Oh, it hits? I missed that. Okay, guys. Well, they're easy to hit.
Save it.
I'll do actually, no, I don't feel threatened yet. Yet. So famous last words. So I'm just gonna do this in roll 20.
And then as a reminder for anybody with my Bardic, if you use it and the check doesn't succeed, you get to keep it. That's one of my features.
I was
yeah.
gonna say I did not know that was a thing. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
20 Damagios. Actually, I should have asked this. Do you want Radiant separated?
No, doesn't need to be.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, that hits. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Yep, that's what I thought.
D4 bless.
Yeah, I have a lot on here. Plus 22.
Yeah, that saves. You're good.
Okay. I take it just tried to goop me.
Yeah, just a little bit of splashback.
A flash.
Yeah.
Flashback. All right. Seeing that
Oopie doopie.
Tess gonna follow through with that and slam straight down onto this thing's center of mass with a second attack.
Yeah.
Teth, I forgot to tell you that as you moved into this space, you saw another guy back here.
Another slime.
Easy.
North, east. That's a million to hit. The 24.
Yep, that hits 3 times.
And I'm gonna put
Wowza.
Gave away the AC of them.
I mean, he hit with his last one, so it had to be pretty low.
no, I still feel fine. I'm just gonna do my regular roll. Oops, I almost rolled 1d20 for damage.
Oh,
I should have just copy pasted this, but I'm an idiot. 23 damage. So 2 bombs.
okay. And give me one of those dexterity saving throws, please.
With a bless.
That is 14, 21.
That saves.
All right. And that is all I have.
Right. The wisp is going to come out from the tree. And she is going to cast Sanctuary on Teth. So you, for the next minute, any creature that targets you with an attack or harmful spell must make a Wisdom saving throw, or choose a new target or lose the spell. So you are Sanctuary to Teth.
Doesn't
Doesn't that
make it
drop
broken if I attack?
Yeah.
How do you interpret that? Because it's a different.
Oh yeah. Well, you're warded until your next turn, at least.
Okay, I mean it's still pretty beneficial because I'm pretty sure most of these guys are gonna try and fuck me up.
Right.
Yeah. And then she is going to. What's she gonna do?
Fight again.
She is going to move out here. And she's going to use her emboldening bond for all 4 of you. You are now all bonded to her natural energy, and you can add a d4 to any attack roll or ability check you make in the next 10 minutes.
Impossible to miss these guys now.
Yep.
Does that stack with the bless? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Oh, nice, great.
You just can't be blessed twice. So like a bless can't
Yeah.
stack on a bless. But if it's all like that's not a spell, it's just a class feature. So stacks with bardic inspiration, stacks with everything else.
Okay.
You guys got a bunch of d4s. You have a pool of d4s you can pick from now.
We are
Guys, I have
buffed.
so many buffs.
Yeah, we're buffed to hell.
I'm enlarged. I'm blessed. I am emboldening bond, and I have sanctuary on me.
I was looking, and I think I changed haste when I leveled up. I took haste off. Or else we could have hasted you.
All right.
Random.
This goo is going to move forward. He's not going to. He's going to move right up here, and he's going to just try and attack you. He's going to take 2 attacks on you. Man, this dice roller. I'm just going to roll this dice.
Is that a wisdom save first?
It is a wisdom save, which he will fail big time. So he will lose that. And he's going to try and attack you again. And that was a nat 20.
Knew it was coming.
But he has to do another wisdom save.
Has to do another wisdom save, which is not a nat 20. What's the save on that? on Sanctuary. It's probably just her spell save, right?
Yeah, spell save.
Which
DC.
that does save. He rolled a 16, so you
Oh.
gotta. That does save. So he is going to
Dang it.
actually attack you.
Hey, crit.
Oh.
So with the, you're gonna take 6 acid damage
Yep.
and 20 force damage.
Nice.
It was like reversed from last time.
I know.
I did.
This guy is going to move down here and attack the wisp in the same manner. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Mhm.
Gotta grab milk for Archer. Sorry about that.
I have my gaming buddy over here.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a pretty
Mine's
cat.
asleep.
Thank you. That's Andy. Ollie's somewhere over here.
Well,
Who's
Barnes
the
is gone.
talkative one we always hear?
That's probably Ollie.
Who's the
Oh.
one that plays and knocks
Actually-
over your mic?
Oh, I don't know if you can see him back. Let's see. Yep, back there.
Oh, yeah. Are they siblings at all?
Yeah, they're litter mates,
Cool.
brothers. Ollie, come here.
He's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, he's the one that knocks over everything.
It was like a crash on the mic, and I was like, "Oh, that's Andrew."
Aw.
Yeah, he's the
Like-
one. So it's Andy, the one that was sitting next to me. He's the one that always is like playing with the door. That you can hear like.
Hmm.
I changed the sensitivity so you can't hear it, but like maybe that was before you started with us, Trent. It might have been.
I think so.
But there's like a little cat door into this room because there are litter boxes in here,
Huh.
and he would just like stand at the door and just like keep hitting the cat door, and it'd just be like creaking back and forth.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I saw
Those
your.
little slimes would hurt that much.
What'd you say?
I didn't think those little slimes would hurt that much. I'm gonna crush this one up here.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get. Once it's my turn, depending on if they're still alive, I might try and sneak up by Teth and just do a steel wind strike. I'm hoping Barlos brings down that far one closer, and I'd be able to
I
hit him.
can.
Dude, I never know how many enemies are going to be in these fights because they just keep popping out of nowhere, and
Mm-hmm.
or the golem thing, they just kept on multiplying. or
Oh yeah.
Right,
fighting,
right.
But
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait,
This is one of those situations where, like, I can get the most on my chain lightning spell, but it's kind of overkill.
I was wondering who was the green arrow. I guess I could
Yeah.
have just looked down and figured it
It's like,
out pretty
so I
easily.
can hit
but
this first one, and then it would hit because it's within 30 feet, within 30 feet, within 30 feet.
yeah, that'd be perfect.
Not just one, two. I mean, we're on our way to a city, right? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's my only highest level spell, but it's like I kind of just want to see what it does to them.
Yep.
I don't want to kill the fun for the room as we have Teth all buffed up and stuff, and
Dude, are you kidding me? Just kill them. Destroy
yeah.
them.
Barlos would just like say like, "Oh, but did you know there were like 7 more underneath you coming
Yeah.
up?"
What? Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
I have
Just go for it.
I have an inkling that you chain lightning them is not going to kill them.
Really, you
Not
think they're
really.
that strong, huh?
I think that if you chain lightning them, it's not going to kill them.
Okay.
I think this encounter be a little bit. Well, actually, it's fucking 8:45.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're.
I could.
I mean, their
Yeah,
AC
yeah.
is really low, so it would make sense if they're make up for it with kind of an
Something.
higher HP.
Oh yeah, yeah.
like
They
the
do
tanks."
have pretty high damage threshold though, because judging, I'm guessing based on the rolls, it's the 2 different elements, which means it's probably like let's say they're both like 2d10s or something like that. So that's why there's such a large difference. His is like 8, and then one was like 20.
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
It's all good.
Poor guy needed some milk. He's very
We just
sad.
decided not to fight, and we're just going to leave.
Okay.
We're
Walk
like, hey,
slowly. We're gonna
it's
like
your-
just circumvent them.
It's your swamp. We get it. We'll take it the other way.
Hey, I mean, you may never get east if you take the other. You never know. Whose turn is it? I have the encounter. Oh, the oozes are still attacking you.
Yeah.
So this guy is going to try and attack the wisp. That is going to be a miss. He's going to try his second attack. And that will hit. For 10 acid damage and 2 damage.
Is Sanctuary a concentration spell?
Yes. And your sanctuary is going to drop.
Dang it.
Oops. Sorry, Teth.
Dang it.
Oh, man.
Stopped one.
Yeah.
It did, yeah. All right, this guy obviously is going to attack you, Teth.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously.
It's going to be an 18 to hit. I'm sure that does not hit.
Nope.
And the second attack was a natural 1. That ooze just like
It dies.
hits down into the ground. And then a
Looking
couple
the wrong way.
more are going to start coming out from behind trees that you will be able to see. Also, this guy moves too.
Can we get sound effect, DM?
Oh, with pleasure.
Every time
Yeah,
you,
so
you
they-
drag one of those little items, I want to hear.
Yeah.
So you see them really start coming out as they are shambling from behind the trees. And this one is actually going to attempt to attack you because you're within its range.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 26.
Yeah.
No
that's it.
does hit.
Oh, nice, Jim Rice.
And for this one, you see Teth. It opens like it just like widens out and makes this like cavernous mouth-shaped thing inside of its body, and just pushes itself back together and launches this giant glob of ooze at you. And it makes contact and it hits you for 40 acid damage.
Ouch.
Hmm.
I'm
And
bloodied.
10 force damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Teth.
Come on.
Ready to add those blesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I have so many.
Blesses and Bardics and what was the
Well,
last?
I
Yeah.
rolled a natural 20 plus 1 plus
Oh,
1.
the
So
wisp.
8.
Wisp energy
thir-
bond.
Yeah. So a 30.
Yeah, you're all set.
Yeah. That's great. Besides the fact that I'm dying.
Right.
Yeah, how does Teth look right now?
Pretty bad. He's bloodied. He started, arcane veins started to flare up and
Rats.
reinforce his
I
body.
need to think of a better bloody thing. I got
Okay.
all these cool things. Eric being a spider and whatever. Just And Vern just pretends like he's transforming into a dragon, but just he gets on all fours and he's like rah, and he pretends he has a breath attack. Maybe that'll be my lowest bloodied thing. He kind of just like loses all sense of self and thinks he's better off than he is. I'll mull it over. I'll think of a better bloodied situation.
Vern, it's your turn. I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, sorry, I did not hear you. Okay. Now I definitely feel good about doing this. I'm going to use my chain lightning spell. I'm going to hit this big guy right here.
Okay.
And then the other ones I'm going to strike are going to be the little dude, the big dude, the big dude.
Okay.
I'm kind of leaving this one, the little one that's by the wisp.
This guy, if you're going through this way, it's going straight through 3 trees. Is that an issue for the spell?
It didn't say anything about...
Going through solid wood?
Yeah, it just says... I mean, they all make dexterity saving throws. Besides that...
And trees are not dexterous.
Trees are not dexterous.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to not be able to hit that dude and instead go for little dude, big dude?
I think I thought the spell specified like how the trajectory worked. But
Like arcs?
3 bolts then leap from the target to as many as
Arcs
3 other
toward-
targets, each of which must be within 30 feet of the first target. The target can be a creature or an object that can be targeted by only one of the bolts. I would say that since it's coming from this target, like it'd be different if it was like separate bolts that are coming down from the sky. I would let you hit whatever. But I think because it is leaping from the target, I will not allow you to hit this guy.
can
Okay.
you just target that guy, or would it be the same thing with this guy?
I can hit these guys. Like, he'd be fine. Instead of
And then
unloading
this
on the
guy
big
back here.
dude, I'll have to go back to this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
I
fine.
want
fine.
to try to... I forgot I can hit objects. I just want to try to, like,
I like
ignite a bunch
Billy's
of
idea.
trees and try to scare
A
them.
little bit different target.
You
Set
what?
the tree on fire.
I don't have to be afraid of that, though.
I don't think so.
They're slimy, so... Okay. Yeah, chain lightning.
They
So-
they have a -5 intelligence modifier, so I don't know
Wow.
that they're thinking about anything right now.
Okay,
They're
10d8.
Frankenstein monsters.
Let's see. Roll it in here. 10d8. Oh, 10d8 plus 5, because I'm using an electric spell.
Nice.
I get that brass dragon bonus.
Yeah, that's right. Bronze. I'm bronze, right? I'm bronze.
Bronze dragon. Yeah, not brass.
Yeah. I know, because
Brass
in my
is
head,
what-
I thought it was really attractive. Then I saw pictures of bronze dragons, and they're just like yellow and green mixed together. I'm like, oh no, that's bronze.
Yeah.
Well,
Could've
now I'm
picked-
looking it up.
A much sexier dragon than that. All right.
I think brass dragons have better elements too. I like lightning much better than I think bronze is poison or acid, maybe. Maybe copper
Oh.
is acid. I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Bronze is electric. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fine. They're not spectacular.
All right. So this guy just explodes. Both of the small guys just explode
Hmm.
immediately. And this guy will take the full damage.
It's a dex save.
Oh, I guess I'm looking at your numbers. The dex is DC 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both failed. This guy failed.
Okay.
Okay.
They're not super dexy based on their AC.
No, not at all. This guy just saved. Does he
Half
take
damage.
half damage? Okay.
Mhm.
And 53 for this dude. Yeah, gone. Gone. Dead, 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 dead. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do, Vern?
No.
All right, Eric.
Maybe I reach out. No, okay. Can I,
All right,
for my
Vern.
bonus action, or whatever?
Yeah.
Can I uncap a finger and reach out to Brackle in the off chance he wants to prick himself and give himself a random weird spell? It's like that painting where I'm God and it's like pointing my finger at him, but it's a sharp needle on the end.
I think Brackle makes a face like. Hey, sorry, you can't see my eyes up. And then he just goes, boop.
Oh, good! Yay! All right. So which
You're gonna
which
take it?
finger?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Which finger do you want?
Oh, whatever one he opened up to me.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know which one's which either. So let's just pick a random one. I don't have my middle
Yeah.
one anymore.
Right.
So, I'm gonna pinky.
Pinky.
Whatever the pinky spell thing happened to be.
I'll go pinky to pinky with him.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's see what we got.
I'm gonna roll a d4 to see what your outcome is.
Alrighty.
That is a 1.
Okay.
The recipient is covered in tough scales for 10 minutes.
Oh,
They become quite disfigured, but their AC is increased by 1.
That's good for
After
me.
after 10 minutes, their AC returns to normal, but the scales must be removed.
Surgically, right?
What, surgically?
Yeah.
Manually. You have to remove.
What type of scales?
They're like dragon scales.
The dragon scales.
All right,
Yeah.
so I look like a dragon. That's cool.
You have to remove
Save
them
me.
all manually.
Fuck it, I'll be a dragon for a
You
while.
can bond more with Urzak, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm guessing I'd be a brass dragon, but yeah, what is it? Is it a specific dragon? Is it like from your blood magic of
Yeah,
some
it's from
sort?
his
Yeah,
bloodline,
all
so
my
you have-
stuff is. So
Okay, so
green, yellow
what
scales.
what does that transformation look like, Vern?
Let's see. Well, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is how do I really want this? I want it to. Ooh. I want his scales around his face to be a little longer, so it looks like he has a beard. He does in reality, just like longer scales here. And instead of a blend of yellow and green, I want it to be like a checkerboard pattern, so they alternate. So he is just a checkerboard of yellow and green scales all across his body.
perfect.
Yeah.
Crackle, you can add 1 to your AC.
Oh, I will. Oh, is
Also-
it painful when it happens, or not really?
I mean, I would.
No.
Yes.
Just when it gets removed. He
You
said
said
yes.
yes.
I mean, it's prototype, so
Yeah, you're right. Okay, they are in the process of being
scales
tested.
out
So
of your skin. So, yeah, it's pretty painful.
Breath
Oh,
has no
Jesus.
trust for me ever again.
Oh my god.
It wasn't like this for Urzak. Oh my god.
Let's see. Oh my god. Yeah, beautiful.
All right, Eric. Bazardria Doc.
Nice name. Okay. It's gonna be heading over here. Oh, sorry. How much movement was that? So 30 feet over. About 10 feet. I'm at
Eric,
20
as you
feet.
fly up that way, you can see 2 more oozes back here.
Well, I'm flying down to swoop and attack this guy, if that makes a difference.
And just as you are coming up, you see it.
Yeah.
You see them appear in your line of sight.
I can't speak to the party, so the party's not going to know about those.
Yeah!
Um,
Got it. Sounds
Nailed
good.
it.
Perfect.
Nailed
The
it.
wisp will be like, he says there are more oozes over there.
does she speak like some kind of avian or something?
She can speak to plants and animals.
Dude, awesome. Yeah, I'll tell the wisp. I didn't know. I don't know if I would know that, but I'll be squawking like that, and she interprets. Nice.
I suppose just like as an instinct, you'd be like, hey, there's stuff back there. She's like, okay, cool. All right,
And
what are you
it's-
doing, Eric?
I also just wrote for flavor. I think the way she hears it is that it's just kind of calm. There's dudes back there, but it comes out like really loud.
Oozes. Yeah.
Okay, so just gonna do 2 attacks.
Okay.
And I have advantage on my attack roll because one of my allies is within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, you got
So pack tactics, yep. So multi-attack with my beak and talon. So do my beak first. Oh, I hate the way that rolls. Like it lands on the wall and it's at an angle.
Oh yeah.
I rolled sucked, but good for me. Their AC sucks. It's a 9
Yeah.
to hit.
That hits.
Nice. Oof. So let's do. Oh, I could have blessed anyway. That'd be 7 piercing.
Okay.
And the talons. Oh, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
This one's a little bit stronger. Nope. Well, hell yeah. I rolled 2 6s, so I got 14 slashing.
Nice.
Nice. Make 2 dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay. The dex on the bird.
Followed by 2 more squawks of pain.
Okay. And then I'll. Damn it! Stop rolling out of the tray. Did it again.
Just did it.
Okay. So 18 save.
That saves. Yeah.
I only rolled a
For the second one?
The next one is another 18, but in a different way. 16 plus
Okay.
2 or 15 plus 3. I got to use bless on both those, just checking.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it saved at 18. Okay. Twice.
All right.
I think I'm satisfied. I'm floating above him so that I'm within 5 feet of reach for these melee attacks. And I'm squawking. Okay. In my turn.
All right. Crackle Bath.
I'm
Alrighty.
gonna call it a
Mhm.
night too, unfortunately, after 9 here.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That's
We'll go
basically
just
it. If you guys want to continue, that's basically it. The vulture does that. Remember, if I take damage, I have concentration on the bless.
Okay.
So
Heard.
yeah. Okay.
Probably go if you guys are okay with it. One more round.
Sure.
Brackle is the top of the round,
Sure.
To me.
and then we'll be
Sounds
done
good.
for the night.
Cool. See you, Brad.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
See ya.
All
Hey,
right,
man. Good game.
Okay, Braco will move up. Oh, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll go here. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds on Teth.
Okay.
Well, here I'll do bonus, or I'll do Bardic Inspiration for Eric, and then I will Cure Wounds at level. He kind of needs a lot. Yeah, we'll do level 5 Cure Wounds.
Nice.
So 5d8 plus 3, 5, 8. Ooh, 16. 24. Oh my god. 32 plus
Hell yeah.
plus 5. So 37.
Nice.
I rolled 3 8s in a row.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
The
30,
veins-
37 points.
The veins start to fade.
And then yep, Bardic Inspiration to Eric Eric Vulture. Or what I can't hold on. Eric Bazar Drak. Yep, that's my turn.
All right, Seth.
Is this little fucking slime by me that got chain lightning and smacked twice still look like it's just slamming along, doing slimy stuff? Like, doesn't give a shit.
Just like, oh,
Just like
just flubbering.
completely unfazed. Okay. Bonus action. Activate the force field. I'll spend an energy cell. Gain some temporary hit points. That's pretty good. Actually, that's really good. 14 temp. And I will start by bonking the slime closest to me.
Nice.
They don't know any better. Yeah, so 12, 14, 21.
Yeah.
21 double. I'll just do a level 1. Yeah, I'll do level 1 smite
Nice.
on that. So an extra 2d8. And then the extra 1d4 for being big. $37.
Nice.
All right, Teth. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and Eric is also going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
And Erica's Bardic.
Okay.
On top of his bless from Wispy.
Oh, I don't know that
I-
that makes much of a difference.
He has a +5 because he's within 5 feet of me. As well.
5. Bardic is a D4.
D10.
D10. That
Mhm.
will make a difference.
And he gets to keep it if he still fails.
Well, roll another 30.
You're out of
So
control.
you save. Eric is going to fail, so he
Damn
will
it.
keep that D10. He just missed it.
Ah,
He rolled a
bummer.
3 on his initial check, so it was
Mm.
an uphill battle from the beginning.
Man, that's rough. Like having like roll a 3, but then you have like, oh, I got the D4 from this and this, and I got a
Mhm.
+5. Still fail.
What do you roll on the Bardic?
And Bardic.
He rolled a 3.
Ah, bummer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Is it more than 17 hit points?
It is going to be more than 17 hit points.
So
So
he's no longer a bird.
half damage. This ooze is going to explode. You hit
Oh.
just. So it is dead. You killed it. But just ooze goes everywhere, and you are going to take 30 acid damage.
Fuck.
Not 30 was halved.
It was originally 61.
Ooh, so Eric took
Ooh.
61. Good thing he polymorphed.
The vulture did.
Yeah.
So he is back to Eric, but he's up in the air.
Ah!
Does anybody remember how high up he was? I know that he was swooping down, so I don't think he was the full 35.
Mhm.
So,
Is he above the
61,
trees right now?
17,
Also might just be in the tree.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, Eric is in the tree. Eric is in the tree.
So you had 44 carryover damage, right?
Yes.
Well, after that happened, so Big Boy exploded. The guy that was closest to me, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What big boy exploded?
This guy right
This-
here.
Yeah, he's just still there. Okay.
I forgot to do it. My computer's running a little bit slowly tonight. I have lots of tabs open.
These guys are moving pretty fucking slow, right?
Yeah. The big guys for sure.
Okay. Teth is going to turn around to the group and suggest keeping their distance, which is probably pretty obvious after it just something exploded. Any ranged attacks, keep their distance and shoot from afar. And then after saying that, he's going to fucking go 5, 10, 15 up here.
Move forward. Yeah.
Yep. And then he's going to use a second attack to smite this little guy.
Love that.
Yep. $18 to hit.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to use a. He wants to make sure this dies so he can go back. What do you do? Got blasted pretty hard. I don't know if he might be able to do this in one hit.
Might.
If not, oh well. We'll do a second level smite. That one. I don't think this is going to be enough, but. Ooh, bad roll.
Mm.
28.
What was the roll? I didn't hear you.
28 damage. Or the
Yeah.
attack.
Just obliterates it. Make a dex
Oh.
save for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm liking using roll 20. It's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We probably Eric probably lost concentration, huh? For taking fucking 60 million damage.
Probably. I would assume.
I don't think he can make a DC 30.
He'd have to
I don't think so.
roll a natural 20. I don't know what his constitution is, but he'd have a bardic he could roll. And actually, he could roll the bardic and the whisper thing.
If he rolled
Nope,
an 11,
it doesn't matter.
I rolled a 19 dex save.
Bless his death.
you are good.
Okay. Then I'll move back 5, 10, wherever I was. I think it was right here, 15. Oh, maybe I was here. Can't remember. So I moved up and moved back pretty much.
And I'm actually going to cut it right there. As you are moving back, Teth, everybody sees Teth like brushing past back through these trees. Overhead, you can just in the distance, you can see just the very end of what looks like a giant green tail in the sky.
Oh no.
It just
Oh,
passes through. Doesn't seem to see you, but it just passes over the horizon. You can just see it kind of moving away from you up northeast, and the sound of many more squelching feet coming from the direction that it is flying, all coming towards your position.
God damn it.
And that is where we will end our session tonight.
Okay.
Rough.
Well, time to run away.
Run away. I do
Let's
have
go.
teleport, so
Different colored portal this time. We just go right back and be like, you know what? We're not ready for mirror just yet.
Just go back to Dez and Flynn. Be like, so we're not going east, guys. We can go a different route.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. Archer needs some help tonight, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Rhiannon's
Okay.
already tried to put him down like 3 times, and he's just not going down. So I'm gonna
no
cut it
problem.
short a little bit and help him.
Yeah.
No worries.
Good session tonight, though. A lot of cool
Yes.
role play up at the top and some slime combat at the end.
Yep.
Some Thunder
Yeah.
Boys.
Awesome,
All right.
guys.
Guys.
See you guys.
Later.
Oh, one last thing before we
Mhm.
leave. I was talking to Aaron earlier today. He wants to come back the 1st of January, or the 2nd of January is that first Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I was going to talk to you guys about figuring out. I assume that we will probably take a holiday break.
Sure.
Because the one of the Mondays is the day after Christmas, so I'm assuming we'll take that one off.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I would
Michael
spend part of my
Fitzko is
holiday
also.
with you guys.
Oh, that's so lovely. Fitzko is coming into town, and he expressed interest in hopping in for one game as well. So that might be that January 2nd game. So would you guys want to take a break on 26th and then reconvene for just like a Adira arc ending on January 2nd and then continue?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Cool. If we do that, all of the secondary characters that I've talked to you guys about, making level 13 versions of them, have those ready by January 2nd.
So just the ones we used in the the Visic fight.
No, the other characters that I talked to you guys about. So like,
Oh yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think I know what
I
you're talking
gotcha.
about. Yeah.
I can't remember. Did you say Ui?
I think
Just have your secondary characters, your characters from your other games, essentially, that you
We
chose.
lived. We lived.
oh, like who we'd want to play again.
Yeah, I don't think you chose Ui. Actually,
No. I think I chose
Because Ui's
Does it
dead.
matter if I say it?
no, it doesn't matter.
I think I chose Celestine.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, Do that.
which is a
Wonderful.
paladin.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, awesome. Just have those ready for the first of the year. No
All
rush.
right.
And then we'll do what does the calendar look like? So we'll do next week the 12th, the week after the 19th, skip the 26th, and come back for a special session on the 2nd.
That works.
Awesome, guys. Thanks,
Sounds
guys. Good
good.
session.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya
Talk to
next
you
week.
later.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.